went running back to start. Got Genty and Brown, Genty and Chase Brown, and then was hoping these. Do you hear that rain?
We're live, baby.
We're live. Okay. I'm just checking my audio. Yeah, so I was in the third, and it was Ladd, Egbuka, and Higgins, and I went Ladd, but it was a toss up. I feel okay about it. What do you think?
Was Zay Flowers on the board?
No, Zay went.
And you went Ladd? I like it. I'm okay
Went
with
Ladd
it.
just because Egbuka still, he might not play week 1, or he might be on
Dude.
snap count. He's
It's
injured.
that time of year where we start getting worried about injuries, and it could be nothing, but it could be something.
Could be something. I mean, what is it? A hamstring?
No, it's like
no.
turf toe.
Oh, it's toe. Yeah, I mean that could linger though too.
Oh, it's debatably worse.
Is
right?
it?
Like,
yeah. I mean, hammies are bad too, but
yeah, because then the toe, you get the Romo Dunze situation, right? A whole new normal with that foot.
the whole foot
2 years later,
could mess up the whole foot. Yeah. Are you fading Rome because of that? I've heard he's.
No, I'm kind of back. I've been sprinkling him all off season. I'm kind of a little cooling it on Burden. I'm kind of cooling it on all those guys. I feel like them and the Jaguars are just those types of offenses where there's some risk of going too deep, and the ADPs are all a little too steep, and there's only so many pass catchers,
For
and
sure.
you're most likely to get it wrong. So why not just go?
Rome's kind of nice right now, ADP wise. Where's he at?
Let's see. Romo Dunze, 55 ADP overall.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone, to the show. We are going to do a live stream NFFC $150 Best Ball Championship tonight. I got my boy Blake with me, childhood friend, combine attendee with me, and solid ball knower. He knows enough about ball to get on here. So we're going to have some fun. We're going to do a best ball draft. So we're going to get right into it. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we have the NFFC $150 Best Ball Championship. Winner of this 12-team league wins $800 with $30K, highest scorer across all drafts. So we're playing for that $30K tonight. If you haven't played with NFFC, you can take $100 off entry of $100 or more, or $150 or more using promo code FIRSTTIME100. This is a best ball style draft, so we're going to go 30 rounds deep, a true haymaker. This has defense, kickers, third round reversal, and this one, Blake and I did a draft the other night, and it was challenging. You have to kind of make sure you don't get hung out to dry with the kickers and the defenses. In a best ball format, you probably want to have 2 really solid ones and probably 3 total for each of those. This is 30 rounds, so it's a very, very interesting draft. We're going to get some deep darts tonight. We are live. We're going to be answering any questions, talking ball. So light up the chat, run the live up, send it to your buddies who don't know ball. Tell them that they can learn a thing or two. Blake, what did you learn from this draft last week? What are you excited about with this draft tonight?
I think I learned a lot, man. Just how some of these runs go with the quarterback, some of the onesies, and especially defense kicker. We were at the 106 last week, right? So now we're at the 105. So
yes, sir. 105 tonight. Draft kicks off in 30 seconds, 55 seconds per pick. It was moving pretty quick last week.
It was moving pretty quick.
Yeah. Sorry, what else were you saying?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. So it's still 3 wide receiver. I think if we hammer, so we went wide receiver, running back, wide receiver last week, right?
Yeah, we definitely got Loveland as well.
So. Oh, and we had Loveland in there? Yeah, I just think we took too many dart throw wide receivers late.
Yep.
And we already had a pretty solid room there, and we should have diversified there, maybe even definitely look to have not got as hung out to dry in some of those positions, like you said. So
yeah, but we're gonna do it right tonight. We are not going to be the fish. We're going to eat the fish tonight. We are officially on the clock. The first 3 picks are in. Gibbs, Bijan, Chase, Puka. That means we are on the clock. We're going to go with a different approach. We're going to go with Mr. Question Mark, CMC, dude. I was just thinking about it. I'm like, this guy was a 101 by a long shot last year, and you got to swing for the fences. Kind of rough, right? This guy could not play at all, but we landed that hero running back. I think we got to go for guys that score points. We got JSN in the last draft, and happy about that. Love JSN, but just wanted. I kind of had thought this through in my head before the show even started when I learned that we were getting the 105, which is nice with these NFFC drafts. You get a bit of a notice of what your pick is. You have a bit of time to go in, build your queue, plan out your strategy a little bit. So walked in here knowing that I wanted to get some awesome high upside running backs and take a little bit of a different approach, as Blake mentioned. So what do you think about that pick?
Yeah, I think you cue the Herm Edwards there, and you just say you play to win the game, right? And McCaffrey is, he's a league winner. He's a moneymaker. As long as he stays healthy, and there's that question mark. But there's a question mark for every single player. You see every day you wake up and there's news somebody's going down. So McCaffrey, there. If you're trying to diversify, you maybe in the 3 wide receiver set look to go Amon-Ra there. But I like CMC.
Yeah, Amon-Ra, man, got to get some exposure to him. Never a bad choice.
So now we're looking to hammer wide receiver.
Let's look at the board. JSN goes pick 6, Amon-Ra pick 7, pick 8, Justin Jefferson, 9, Jonathan Taylor, 10, Devon Achane. Pretty interesting.
That is an interesting board so far, I would say.
Shout out to anybody who's watching football in the background. Got the Raiders and Texans game on right now. It's about to kick off in a few minutes. We're going to be talking a little bit of what we're seeing going on there in the background. We're going to be doing the draft at the same time. We're going to have a lot of fun. So let us know in the chat, what kind of comments do you have on taking Christian McCaffrey 105? What do you think about how the board is shaking out? And who are some players that we should be on the lookout for late? I want to know what you guys think. I've certainly got a few chips up my sleeve, but I'm curious to hear from all of you guys tonight. So we'll be getting to all your questions and comments. And we're sitting at the 1-2 turn. These guys are taking their time on this first round. I don't know if we're going to pick up the pace a little bit, but I felt like it was zipping a little faster last week, didn't it, Blake?
Yeah, it was definitely moving quicker last week. I think it was more chalk last week. I think us taking McCaffrey at the 105, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't really seem like that was the pick that would mess things up. It's still, in my opinion, the first 7 are going to be the first 7, unless you want to go Taylor over McCaffrey if you're trying to play a little more safe. But yeah, I think Jefferson kind of threw it off course a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, it's interesting. I do think, again, I was thinking about how the board kind of unfolded last time, and we talked about going, only stopping at 9 wide receivers, right? And I think in order to do that, you actually have to go running back heavy in the early, because it just starts getting so gross trying to fill out. Mm-hmm. We drafted 9 running backs last time, but once we got to 4 or 5, they were like backups, and then third stringers dang near by RB8 and 9. So, which again, I don't hate that approach in a 30-team league, but I just thought long and hard about how that board unfolded, and it seems like people are really chasing points regardless of position, even though this is start 3 wide receivers, right? That's kind of one of the big wrinkles. We're going to be back up on the clock here in a few picks. Let us see who we've got. I've got Barack kind of vaulted up the board on the right. Totally down to get a Brock share.
Dude,
my boy.
Sorry.
What were you going to say?
Let's see if we don't get Brown. If we don't get AJ, which we already took AJ last week, so if we want to mix it up, I don't mind Bowers. I've been kind of going, maybe not quite this early. Oh, Chase Brown's still there. Yeah, I would. Okay.
Chase Brown just went. Brock Bowers is on the board.
What do you think? What Derrick Henry. What do you think about Olave here?
No, man, I can't spend my whole
Too
season in
early?
the hospital tent. I want Kubiak drawing up like they did for JSN. I want Brock Bowers in that role. Um, I think he's that true X factor in terms of he could provide more value over position replacement than anybody else. Like I think the one thing I'm a little hesitant on is Fusuvu, my boy, has been talking about Bowers like he's banged up, like he's seeing something in the practice film that he doesn't like. I feel like this guy's had all off season to get healthy. I'm planting my flag with Brock Bowers a little bit this year, and have been outright about a guy I think can outperform ADP. Which again, to outperform ADP when you're top 20, you have to do something pretty damn good, right? So. It does set us back, though, right? Now we're chasing wide receiver, we're chasing the other positions, but I feel better about tight end. I am that guy. I will go with Bowers, Loveland, or I will just kind of fade the position. And last week, Loveland kind of fell to me. I felt like we had to take him, and now here we are with Bowers. So I will admit that I'm that guy, but I gave you my reasons why. So now you can roast me back, Blake.
Yeah, I did see something that he might be a little banged up. I think his situation is going to be the best situation he's been in though for his first 3 years with Kubiak coming in, better O line, hopefully better quarterback play, and because of that O line, hopefully we'll just get a better offense and offensive environment just overall. So I mean, Bowers there is definitely like the price is right for me. I just think going running back, especially like first and then Bowers, is a little scary. But yeah, the receivers that are still there, like Pickens, Olave, Reishi, also looks like banged up. If Reishi looks like I mean, he's not.
Reishi.
If I mean, because he's a top 5, wide receiver when he's healthy. But yeah, if Reishi wasn't banged up, I would smash Reishi there. But yeah, I don't know. If you don't like any of the receivers enough, then Bowers makes sense.
I think we'll be okay, man, with those guys like Zay, Flowers as wide receiver 1. To your point, even like a Lad McConkey, I think in the 30s, I just don't see a huge delta. So, yeah, we made the pick. We're through 2 rounds. Malik Neighbors goes pick 24 at the end of the first round. This is 3rd round reversal, which actually kind of dings us a little bit here, right? We have to wait one more pick than we would if we were right in the middle at the 6 spot, but we're at the 5. So now we're back at the 301 for Team 12. They went Olave, Hampton, Genty, Olave start. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, I like that start. You as high as everyone else is on Omarion?
Yeah. I don't really buy into the coach speak from McDaniel about we want to get all these guys involved and we're gonna bringing up Fidal. Like I just think you drafted him in the first round. That's Jim Harbaugh's team, right? Not Mike McDaniel. So I just think that they're going to play him a lot more than some of this offseason kind of stuff we're hearing.
Yeah, it was sort of a weird sort of 180 on the camp buzz because at first it sounded like he was the most improved player in training camp. He was in line for 300 touch season, and then McDaniels comes out and kind of puts a little bit of question in your mind about whether or not he's going to get the full 80-20 split. But yeah, I think he's too talented not to. I don't believe in Vidal. Keaton Mitchell, if he can stay healthy, might get some pop plays, but I don't think he's going to eat into the workload.
Yeah.
The center going down in the were they practicing against the 49ers the other day, or was that somebody else where there was just it seemed like it was contagious where
I do think it was the 49ers. When you combine their medical team with the 49ers electrical substation, it's like not good. Yeah.
So their center already went down, so I don't know how much depth they have on that O-line. I mean, it is better with the 2 tackles coming back, but I still think that is a concern throughout the course of a season is whether or not they have the depth at O-line to sustain any amount of injuries there. But yeah, I still like Hampton. I think I'm comfortably Chase Brown over Hampton at this point. But for a while, I was going back and forth on those two.
Talk to me about Jeremiah Love because he may come to us here. There goes Zay Flowers, who I was really hoping that was who I had queued up next. I have the queue currently set as McConkey, Kyron Williams, then Love,
Yeah.
then Ibuka.
If you're gonna go running back, I'd go Kyron. I'm too scared of Love already, not just being like a 3.2 yards a carry guy in that offense. Not because of his talent, but just because the offense. I mean, we're expecting it to struggle quite a bit. So
do we like McConkey or Williams?
With this setup, I mean, it would be more of a sort of a if you went running back, it would be more of like a experiment, right? I don't know if you want to experiment not taking wide receiver in the first 3 picks in a $150 buy-in.
That's why I've got McConkey queued up here. I do think there's a tier here.
Yeah.
And I think, again, I really wish we would have had Zay fall here. I've been having a lot of builds that I really like this, where you can kind of come back in round 3 and actually get someone who could easily be a wide receiver 1, right? I think that it's more of a lads on the outside of that conversation looking in just a little bit. But I am excited for what he can do this year. We've got a little bit of white boy motion going on. We've got McCaffrey, McConkey, and Bowers. We're going to have to diversify these next few picks.
We could just go full 2026 Los Angeles Lakers and just go full classy ball here if we want to.
Will we keep going with the best white wide player available, or will we end up getting some other stuff going on in this draft? Find out. Do not go anywhere.
The NFFC, my favorite high-stakes fantasy platform. Why? Third-round reversal, Kentucky Derby draft slot allocation. So it's a lottery-based system where you can put in your preference, where you want to draft. It's full PPR. There's 3 receivers. It's the best place to play fantasy football, especially for high stakes. And now they've combined with the FFWC. They have a lot more contests to offer. In fact, they have the Double Crown bonus where you can join the NFFC Primetime. And if you win that, $300,000. You can also join the Circle World Championship, and that's $200,000. You win both, you win $1 million. So go to playnffc.com/profiler and check the show description for a number of promo codes you can use. First time 100 to get $100 when you sign up, but also every time you sign up for a new contest, we give you codes to use to get discounts on those entry fees as well. Thank you to the NFFC. They make our podcast network what it is.
Heck yeah, shout out to our partners at NFFC. Use code Profiler15 for $15 off of NFFC Best Ball Game. Profiler25 for $25 off the Football Championship. Profiler 100 for $100 off NFFC Primetime. And Profiler 150 for $150 off the Circle World Championship. So we got some discounts in partnership with NFFC. Is it too early to go kicker here, Blake?
No, I think we should take 2 of them, actually, just to get it out of the way.
Just to make sure we don't get hung out to dry, right? Quick update on the NFL game going on right now, the Raiders and the Texans. Stroud is playing, but it looks like most of the other offensive backups, we don't have starting tight end Dalton Schultz. We don't have the starting wide receiver Nico Collins. So you're seeing Hutchinson out there. I probably see Jalen Knoll out there, I'd imagine, too. But then, like, Cade Stover, Brevin Jordan. So, but Stroud is playing quarterback. Woody Marks at running back. Now, I'm curious to see if Monty comes out and then, like, the whole narrative gets shook. Like, it's a 1A, 1B thing, and Woody might be the 1A, right? But I don't think Monty is going to play tonight, which is actually bullish. All right, we're on the clock. We've got Josh Jacobs, Javonte Williams, Tet McMillan, top of the queue. That's sort of how ADP sits. I do think we got to go running back again here and get one of those guys. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I almost might go Tet here. I think it's a little gross.
I can't do it.
Okay, all right. Then I would go Javonte over Jacobs, but
Why?
oh man, I just feel like it's tough, right? Like Jacobs seems like the smarter pick, but Javonte, man, I don't know.
It's done.
All right,
Took Josh Jacobs. You didn't win me over, dude.
I didn't do a very good job of presenting an argument there.
No, I think the only thing could be the suspension, and yeah, he's a little dinged up, but he's a tough guy. He plays through injury. I think he's just kind of taking it easy going into the season, and I like him a little bit more in the passing game. I do think they get Jadon Blue involved a little bit more. And it's really not a knock on Javonte. It's just I would probably have Jacobs literally 1 or 2 spots above him in my RB ranks.
I think maybe my best argument would be that with the McCaffrey concerns of injury, going with Jacobs there, who's already banged up and could face suspension, Javonte maybe seems a little safer at this point.
Dude, we're not playing it
like I
safe
said,
though.
we're
We're not playing it safe. We got to go all risk, all reward. Let's get to some of the comments. Let's see what people are saying. St. Brown going 25 JSN with Drew Petzig. What do you think, Blake?
Oh,
are we back on the clock? No,
we got the whole
Sorry.
round to go.
Yeah.
Wait, what is St. Brown going 25? What do you mean?
JSN. Is he going to repeat what JSN
Oh,
did
he's
last
going to
year?
go 25, Jason. Yeah,
Nice.
I mean, I think a better question is he just going to keep being a top 3 wide receiver, you know? So, I mean, he's already
Answer's probably
been,
yes.
yeah, so I don't know if he's got that ceiling with the amount of mouths to feed there, but the defense they're probably going to be in some shootouts. I mean, it's possible. I'm pretty high on Ra. I at this point in redraft, I'm probably taking him ahead of JSN.
You taking him ahead of McCaffrey?
No, not in redraft. So he's my number 5 or number 6, Ra, and then JSN at number 7.
Okay, and let's see what else. Pickens. Someone said Pickens. What do you think? Are the days of CD behind us?
No, I do think they're going to cannibalize each other a little bit. I think they both finish as top 15 wide receivers in a perfect world with a healthy Dak and a healthy offensive line. I think some weeks it might be frustrating trying to rely on one of those guys if the other one pops off, and it depends on matchups and schemes from the other teams. And but yeah, I'm pretty high on Pickens there. I think I have him a tier ahead, like Nico. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like right behind AJ Brown and Neighbors for me. But I'm sneaking Olave up, man. I think Olave is becoming more and more interesting to me.
Yeah, with no Jordan Tyson to start the year, I'm 100% with you.
Yeah, it'd be a question between Olave and Pickens for me right now. And maybe Neighbors.
Let's see what else we got. What's up? Is this Corum breakout season? Blake, I think you like Corum based on some of the discussions we've had off air. To answer my boy John Wright Jr.
Yeah, man, I really think it's a possibility. I think the split is still like 60-40 to start, and then we'll see how it goes throughout the year. If the Rams are in a bunch of blowouts, I mean, it could just be like a lot of Kyren first half, Corum second half. But I think they both are like very, very nice options to have. I don't think I'm fading Kyren because of the potential Corum breakout. I think there's room enough for them both to at least Corum I think at least surpasses his ADP at this point. I have a lot of exposure to Corum. I watched a lot of them last year. Had a lot of teams with like Stafford and Kyren, and then I picked up Corum throughout the season and just kind of watched how that kind of played out. And Corum, going back to this offseason and looking at some of that film and looking at Corum on the field, it really is hard to tell sometimes which one of them is out there. I think both of them are really good. I like Corum in that sort of range where he's going right now for sure.
There you have it. I like what you're saying, and I think he's got some of the most contingent upside in the entire draft as well, right?
Yeah. And then of course, if
So,
like Kyron goes down, you're just like you're swinging for the fences there. Like,
and we had a touchdown in the preseason game. Woody Marks busted off a dang good run, like
20 yards.
bounced off like 4 defenders, 20-yard run. But Monty is on ice. They cued it over to him, and he had his headphones on and or his earpiece in. So this is actually bullish for Monty. And people are going to talk about Marks breaking a couple tackles, in a meaningless preseason game and vault the ADP up. But this is actually bullish for our boy Monty. They're saving him for the regular season.
Absolutely agree. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but Marks is 4 for 37 right now on that tutty.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I know. I saw the run. It was good. It was good. It was nice. All right. Now you know how this works. Okay, I feel like it could be worse. We've got 3 players in the queue, and we're up in 2 picks. So
I just don't know if we can go Swift here if we're left with him, bro. Like,
you're so funny.
I don't know. I mean,
I will agree with you with this sort of build. I would want to take the idea that Rome's going to take a step up, and he's in a good offense. You could convince me to put him over Terry McLaurin.
Swift, yeah. I'd rather have Odunze.
Yeah,
I'd rather have Odunze, I think, at this point than Terry.
It's done, regardless of what happens. We're going for Odunze if he doesn't get taken.
I think even if the foot, even if he's 80% of the player he once was, like we were thinking you were taking him above like.
Oh, I was high on him. Everybody was high on him, but he's had a disappointing first couple of seasons. I do think Colston Loveland is the best player in that offense. There goes Parker Washington.
Yeah.
55.
That's what I'm saying. Odunze right now is just sneakily becoming one of my favorite buys. Like he's slipping like crazy right now. But nice, dude. Yeah, he ain't slipping any further than that. But that makes me pretty excited so far. 5 rounds in. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I think all of those guys have the potential. McConkey and Odunze. It's kind of that 3rd-year breakout that can happen with wide receivers. You could probably bank on it for at least one of them. And again, I think Bowers is one of those X factor guys. So many championships will be won and lost based on whether he does what we're hoping he can do. So,
Jonny, do you want to flash the board real quick so you can see who's coming off?
We got the board up. We're gonna get to this question. Someone said non-PPR redraft. Oof, nice. A non-PPR redraft. Home league, heavy RB drafting league. At the 4th spot with the CMC questions. Is JT a better option? Thanks. I'll hang up and listen. No, I think we're just talking about it, and I totally get what you mean, man. Like, depending on the settings, it can really be... you have to just put a whole new valuation on the running back position. And those top ones do just offer some more upside. And if you're just going from a total points perspective, they're going to outscore those top wide receivers, just like McCaffrey did last year in PPR and half PPR. When you start getting to non-PPR altogether, I do think it starts to beg a little bit of a different question. I would still probably lean running back in that format, but it's a fair question between him and Jonathan Taylor. And honestly, James Cook.
Cookie. Yeah, I just think you're chasing touchdowns really, like in non PPR. So I feel like McCaffrey's still the safest bet to outscore both those guys in terms of like total touchdowns, right? Am I wrong there?
Yeah, I mean, you're also chasing yards, right? Like, in my opinion, those, 1,600 yards from James Cook, 16 touchdowns, to your point. Like, that's what he can put together just on the ground. When you knock out all the value of the points per reception of McCaffrey, he takes a significant hit, right? But I'm not arguing, to your point. He's probably got the highest over-under on touchdowns in the league. I don't have that off the top of my head, but... yeah, it's a good question. I think I'm probably still going CMC there. But again, I do think it's a get your guy kind of format in that a little more. And if you think Jonathan Taylor can repeat, his kind of rushing titles years, or you think James Cook is a good pick, I don't hate either of those.
Johnny, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're up next, yeah?
Yes. I'm looking at kind of this range of receivers: Tate, Harrison, and Thomas. I know you're high on Tate. I get a little cautious of rookies, man, but he is a top 5 pick.
Yeah, I think I've come down a little bit on Tate. I honestly might go Marv here. All my talk
Yeah.
about the Arizona offense not going to be very good. Something tells me Marv. This is the year for Marv.
Like Washington, breaking a big one. And Jonathan Brooks pick 64.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's about where he went last week. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, still, dude, it's nuts. It's nuts out here. Are we going, Marv? Because I'm kind of with you, man.
Yeah,
I'm with
I
you
think
on
Marv.
this.
I think I mean, it's not like Tennessee's going to be any better at moving the ball than Arizona. You know what I mean? And then if you want to go Brian Thomas there, I couldn't blame you.
I know. That's where I'm on the fence.
We did take Brian Thomas last week. I don't know how much.
I know, but
I could go Brian Thomas. It's a coin flip between him and Marv for me.
looks like we're gonna have maybe a pick 6 in the preseason game. Yeah, Mendoza threw a pick 6.
Insane.
I think I'm cool with Marv.
Okay. Yeah, I think the upside might be a bit higher with Marv. Although I don't know, it's hard to say.
Yeah, I do think you got to kind of chase touchdowns, to your point, in all formats. And I think that's kind of how they plan to use him. Downfield, red zone work, and yeah, I'm totally cool with it.
Do they play the Cowboys this year? Because if that's a surefire 30-point week for Marv against the Cowboys.
And why is that?
Schedule. Because the Cardinals beat up on the Cowboys. You don't know this one?
No, I guess
Especially if prime time, dude, it's definitely a smash situation. Cardinals Cowboys always go Cardinals money line and the overs. It's like 4 years in a row like this.
We got to make sure we don't get hung out to dry on quarterback. I think we might need to start looking at that next round.
Let's pay attention to the runs. We're looking at maybe another McConkey, Herbert stack, maybe some Caleb Williams.
Right.
Definitely not Jacoby Brissett.
I know, and that was the only thing that was interesting to me about going BTJ is like good offense. Maybe we come back around to a stack, right? We'll just see what happens. Honestly, again, when you go through that lens of like, really there is a scenario where none of the Bears pass catchers pay off ADP because it's all too steep. Same scenario with the Jaguars. In those scenarios, the value is the quarterbacks. If we're projecting that they're going to spread the ball around that well, they're going to be good offenses, you got to get the guy who's throwing all those passes, right? And so I think there's some value out there in those quarterbacks in those offenses where I'm kind of avoiding some of the wide receivers. I am planting my flag with Colston Loveland and Parker Washington in those two offenses for what it's worth.
Yeah, P-Wash, for a couple years now, they've been talking about him ascending. He came out of a practice yesterday, and it seemed more like he's just looking for a new deal. If news comes out like next couple of days that he gets like a wide receiver 1 money, and his ADP is going to keep rising. So
yeah,
I think comfortably Washington over BTJ at this moment. And then obviously. You got Jacoby there later. I honestly think Jacoby might be the best pick of them all, though, at this point, just in terms of ADP.
Yeah, I think Travis Hunter's got to be a full fade at this point.
Unfortunately.
There's been some footage that is leaked of him just missing assignments in practice, and since that footage, you've seen that the practice reps have ramped up on defense, and I think they probably had some sort of stern conversation with him, like, look, you need to be good at one of these things, right? Like, and we really need you more on the defense, and this is where we want you to really focus for now. So does that mean he's dead long term? Not necessarily, but I do think that as the current practice reports, it's just a little too scary. And to your point, you maybe start to get a little bit of value with Jacoby, who they did pay, and they do have a role for So we'll see what happens there. We've got a loaded question. Pick 2: Mike Evans, Parker Washington, DJ Moore, and or pick 1 and get Drake May at QB. Thanks. Probably going Parker Washington, DJ Moore here.
Yeah, easy for me. I'm actually DJ Moore is becoming more and more interesting to me. I thought he was sort of a boring option in the middle rounds, like when he got traded there. But thinking about it more and just like kind of projecting where the targets are going to go in that offense, Keon Coleman's banged up. Honestly, might even take DJ Moore right now over Parker Washington. It's close. Yeah, and then it just kind of like one of those like know your league situations. Like Drake May there is interesting, but if your league is like if there's like if these guys are very prone to taking running backs early, then maybe you want to snag Drake May. But if you can wait and get a quarterback later, I have full faith in Parker Washington and DJ Moore. And then Mike Evans should have a monster season if he can stay healthy. So damn, Cardinal Tate's still on the board.
Yeah, I know, man. I don't know if I'm going to catch the falling knife with Alec Pierce again.
No, well, not here. No, not after going 3 wide receivers in a row, or 3 out of the last 4. I don't want to say anything, so I'm not going to. But let's just say if we don't get one of our QB stacks, are you happy to go with like a naked Trevor? Maybe get Jacoby later, little Brenton Strange.
I'm down to get Strange, brother.
Uh-huh.
No, I agree with you. This part of the board, it becomes increasingly more gross, right?
Oh yeah, because Caleb Wynn
quarterbacks start to stick out. Yeah.
I would say catch the falling knife on Tate though. I'm not that much lower than I was a week ago.
But dude, again, you start to be risking getting hung out to dry at quarterback,
Yeah, for sure. I definitely have him below the 2 that you have on the queue at this point with our build. Can you flash quarterback for me?
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Hurts too, bro. I was going to say, God, man. Seriously, dude, I honestly would go Hurts over them. Over Lawrence. If we're going to go like a naked quarterback, like I'll definitely go.
I'm with you.
Hurts over Lawrence.
I feel like we might even have to do it over Herbert. Too.
I think so, dude. Dude. People are so low on Jalen right now, and it's kind of
this is an arbitrage ADP. This is a different ADP here than anywhere else. I do not see Jalen Hurts this low.
On sleeper, dude, I see him going like QB6, like behind May. Yeah. Sometimes Daniels goes before him. I mean, Daniels went like early here, right? Daniels went before Caleb here. So yeah, Hurts is falling for sure. If we can wait, are we up? Dude, smash.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence went. Yeah, I think we got to go Hurts. And the other, I do not make this a primary consideration, but it is just a slight consideration. We did make that build last week. I think we went with Herbert. I think we went with McConkey.
We did.
So diversifying just a little bit right here, a little less exposure, an offense that I clearly believe in, but they've talked about getting Jalen Hurts more involved in the run game. Tush push is still going to be a part of it. Floor is a little bit underrated in best ball formats. Sometimes I think he's got one of the best floors for quarterbacks. So I'm really happy to take him here above a guy like Jaylen Warren, who I like, right? But I think there's, you're just, again, as we saw in these types of formats, there's only 32 quarterbacks you can draft, even though it's you can draft more than 32, but there's really only 32 starters, right? And there's really only 32 kickers and really only 32 defenses. There's tons and tons of running backs and wide receivers to pull from. So you kind of have to, I think, sometimes fly in the face of the ADPs that this serves up to you and make sure that you've got those positions taken care of.
Yeah, I mean, let's say, who can you flash the board for me real quick? I just want to see what other running back options were there, like before Warren. I'm not taking Warren over like Hurts or Herbert there, but like
Henry in the early 7th. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I've seen like if Ramondre was there, because I do actually really like Ramondre right now, but he only went 6 picks after Travion, and then so at that point you're not even really getting value. Yeah, I think Hurts there is a smash, dude. We got to get quarterback anyway. Let me ask you this: if the boy falls, I think we take Herbert here, right?
Yeah. I'm not afraid to double down on quarterback. They don't have the overlapping buys. There he goes. So he's gone.
Yeah,
But
but dude, once again, flash quarterback real quick. Look at these names. Bo Nix is 8th on that list, bro. Like, I'm happy to take any one of those. Maybe outside of Stafford, I think I have maybe in a tier different. But Jackson Dart with the rushing. Mahomes looks like he's going to play week 1. Purdy, I think, is going to have a massive year. I really like Purdy. And then Bo Nix, dude. We have one of the.
Can all disappear in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, but we're up in 4 picks. So what I'm saying is, like, do we take one here
Yeah.
over like a Chuba Hubbard?
Right. I'm with you. I understand what you're saying. I think Dak is interesting in that discussion. Like,
Yeah, Dak.
just in terms, do you have? I mean, I have him above all these other guys.
I think I have Purdy and Dart above Dak, only because it's just a history of me owning Dak, and it never goes well for me. I think I have him on the every other year, and it's like this is the other year.
There he goes. So spilled milk.
Yeah.
I know Godwin's a little interesting. Do you think he's dust though?
Let's see. We have 2 running backs who are questionable right now to play. Not that like should inform our decision. I would go Corum over Godwin. I mean, but that's just where I'm at right now. But I think we should go. I think we should go quarterback still, unless you think it's too early. But I don't know if any of those guys make it back. Purdy, or it would be Purdy for me, or Dart.
Yeah, it would be Purdy for me between those two. You do bring up a good point, brother. And I think we start to shift the board here if we do this.
For sure. We have time, so you have 30 seconds. You don't need to feel pressure.
I know. I'm just thinking about what comes back at running back. I don't hate Dowdle again. I know we took him last time. I don't hate JK. I think I'm cool to wait on running back one more round or like another. You know what I mean? I'm not in any rush.
Me too, bro.
I think I'm going to go Brock.
I like it. I like it, dude. All right, we're solving some of our issues from last week, and I think this is already a much better build. What do we do, like Alec Pierce there last week?
No, dude, we got him like 2 rounds later.
It was 2 rounds later. Okay, he did fall forever.
I think we took like Harvey around this range, which again was about 12 full round later than or later than he went tonight. So I do think there's something there with Harvey. I stand by that, but I also do stand by like we saw enough from Jonah Coleman in preseason. Peyton saw enough. He might be the best running back in that backfield.
I'm kind of excited for Jonah Coleman, man. Just being a Broncos homer, like, I mean, I know I'm yeah, it's nice, dude. You got the jersey on. I'm getting way ahead of myself. It's one preseason game, but yeah, we were talking a little bit about him at the combine too, and just like, yeah, I think the arrow's pointing up on him right now. I think you're gonna have to reach for him in best ball even. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's my point is, I was telling a buddy, go get Jonah Coleman at the end of your draft. I gave him like 1 or 2 other names in that like 150, 170 range for like, a shallow redraft league with the buddies. And he's like, oh, like RB3, what are you talking about? I'm like, dude, we're like a J.K. Dobbins injury away from this guy walking into 20 carries a game and, being the lead pass protector and you know what I mean? And he's a better pass protector than Harvey is.
Much better runner.
Much better runner between the tackles than Harvey is. And that's my point. I think he's the type of guy that Peyton likes where he doesn't give away with the defense what the play call is. There's just a lot of reasons where the tables could turn very quickly for a guy like Jonah Coleman, who has just amazing advanced metrics. And I think the one thing you need to see is, does he pass the eye test at the NFL level? And I think we saw that in about 4 carries the other night, and so did Sean Payton. And I think those quotes are powerful when he's like, I don't need to see anymore. Like, for a rookie to earn that sort of praise this quickly, he's the real deal. And I do think if running backs succeed, they usually do succeed in their rookie year. It's not like they break out 4 years later after being in the NFL. Like, yeah, that happens, right, with like a guy like Rico Dowdle, but the highest likelihood of Jonah Coleman hitting and being productive is actually going to be in his first few years in the NFL. So if you want to take a bet on this guy, I don't think it's something you like, oh, see how he does this year. Go now. There's a bit of an ambiguous backfield.
Yeah, man, you almost just talked me into taking him with our next.
No, like right here. No, I think it's insane.
Here, dude, go do me a favor. Who went after we took Hurts? Let me just see. Was there a QB run?
But we took Purdy.
Purdy. So no, but that's okay. I like getting the 2 quarterbacks there, and then honestly, we might just keep the 2 QB build, right? We don't even need a third one at this point, do we?
Yeah, I mean, don't need, but
we'll see how it
would be badass if we could get like a, someone who we still think is confidently going to start like 17 games. You know what I mean?
So yeah, are you thinking BPA here, best player available, or are you trying to go positional need?
No, I think it's always best player available, right? Like, but
Mekhi Lemon then for me would be one.
Yeah, I do think he'll offer. I took him.
There's no way he falls to us, but he would be top of my queue right now. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say in the dynasty league you and I were in together. I took him over Tyson.
Yeah, I know.
So the flag was planted.
That's looking like a good pick right now. I mean, there was always like injury concerns with Tyson. Dowdle would be my second, I think.
What about Laporta, dude?
He just got banged up today, but yeah,
he got banged up today.
Yeah, little hip injury, and they're not sure about it. He's being kind of cagey.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I don't know. We already have Bowers. I think we
went
then. Well, so Lemon just went, then JCM. Dude, I feel like if Dowdle keeps falling, bro. Rashad White's banged up. Normally, I'd probably smash Rashad White here.
What about Wandale, dude? People want Josh Downs to be what Wandale is.
I have Wandale just a bit above Josh Downs. Yeah, I like Wandale. I think he's sneaky. He's not sexy at all, but the way Daboll's coming in, I feel like there's a reason he brought him in. For best ball especially, like Wandale has those boom games. We just haven't really seen. Have we seen any boom games from Downs? Like maybe a couple in his best year. But Wandale,
yeah, I mean some 20-point games here and there, but yeah,
Wandale has like a 39-point game under his belt, does he not? I remember him crushing me.
Yeah, Wandale had a game with that just whole run with Russell Wilson.
Oh, that's right, dude. The Russ run, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, and that's the thing. He's shown that he doesn't just have to win underneath. He is quick. He propped Will Levis up at Kentucky, right? Like, there's a lot to like about Wandale Robinson. I'm just curious if JK puts. I think I've got to slide Wandale up in the hopes that we actually go Coleman. To your point,
yeah, dude. I'm
placing a bet on that backfield. I think I get the biggest return, and it's the highest. It's just the best. It's the best bet to place in terms of ADP and payoff potentially is to bet the chips on Jonah Coleman.
Stribling's off the board because we could try and pair.
Oh my God, you're ridiculous, dude.
We just picked Purdy, so
I know, but Stribling, dude. First off, he is off the board, which is nuts.
Yeah. Is it?
We're going Wandale, dude.
Okay. In hindsight, should we have waited on Purdy, considering?
No, dude. Look at this. Knicks, Goff just went.
Dart's still there.
I did. I'm out on Dart.
Really?
Yeah.
For best ball?
For all of it.
Okay.
KC Conception.
Yeah. Thanks for scrolling down. Also, Diggs there too.
Should we just take him?
Diggs.
Yeah.
KC or Diggs?
Should we go Diggs or KC? Fuck.
Yeah, definitely over Wandale, I think.
Yeah. We're going KC, dude. We got to go get him, dude. This is my guy.
Get the Goda or what?
He's so Goda, it's literally not even funny, bro.
Yeah.
He walks like Ed Reed, bro.
Yeah. Do people know what Goda is? Do you want to shout that out or not? I don't know.
Shout out Goda. I actually just posted about this on my ex at Fantasy Picasso. I did a show with Fusuvu a few months back. We talked about Goda versus Woda And long story short, better movement pattern is Goda. You keep those feet in, and Casey Concepcion is like a poster boy for the Goda movement. This guy has really good movement patterns, and it's predictive of like being resistant to injury on the field and just being more efficient with your movements, being more agile. I love what we saw out of the usage for him. I kind of see him as like a discount Zay Flowers, stepping in with Todd Monken, who was running that Ravens offense and using Zay Flowers in kind of a gadget role, but with not just gadget usage. So I really like what we saw there. We still got all the guys that I had queued up on the board. It's only been a couple picks since me. But I do think, man, we started to make some people make some decisions with quarterbacks.
Yeah, eventually, right?
So
Dude, here, we're smashing Kittle here, right?
I think we're lining up to your point.
Because we have Purdy.
I still have, as the board sits, I think I got to vault Diggs above Dobbins because I didn't even think about Diggs still being here.
Yeah, I thought he would.
And then I've got Diggs, Dobbins, and then I would go Kittle.
Yeah, we need a running back.
The build of the fact that when you're taking Brock Bowers in round 2, you kind of have to live with the idea that you just said, I have a guy who's going to slot into my starter position 13 out of the 17 weeks, right? Like,
let's say Dobbins goes, and even if Diggs is there, we should probably go running back. I wouldn't be so quick to fade like Rachaad White here, or like even Monungai for best ball.
That's the latest on Monungai.
Yeah, he's still week to week, I think.
Week to week is rough.
Yeah.
Hyperextended knee is rough.
He's gonna miss a month probably, if I were to guess. Actually, don't listen to that take. I don't have a medical degree or anything, but it just feels like that. Other running backs here, it's getting kind of gross.
It is getting
Marks, Coleman. I mean, you could reach for your boy here, even if Dobbins is there.
So we are on the clock. I think I'm gonna go Dobbins.
Okay.
You hate it?
No, I think it's probably the right pick. Did Rachaad White go?
No, but dude, you saw he got dinged up too. He
doing the ice bucket challenge or something, bro. He's
right. Who cares how it happened, bro? Even worse. It's what happens when you're not Goda.
I think Rachaad White has a lot more.
You know who's also probably not Goda is J.K. Dobbins, right?
Obviously, with his injury history.
We're going J.K., dude. We gotta believe that he's gonna put 17 together. And again, honestly, if Jonah Coleman goes at ADP, I'll take him too.
I think
it's a weird build, but I think there's some scenarios where that's actually been the uniqueness you need is like having, someone like JK for the first half of the season to get you those points and slot in your lineup, and then someone like Coleman in the second half, right, if he takes over. So,
don't hate it if that's the case. If we get both those guys, keep scrolling.
I'm just curious. Sorry.
No, what are you curious about?
Just again, you start looking at even defenses, right? When is it like you start getting into? I do feel like it's like Woody Marks land and Oronde Gadsden land when it's like, man, should we just start considering defense?
Yeah, I would actually. With those names, there's Chris Rodriguez there too. I saw. New reports are saying that Tootin looks like a budding superstar. So take that as if you want to as fact, but C-Rod offers some value. I like Tootin. I'm not saying that wasn't like a sneaky backhanded thing at Tootin, but I just when they're saying that stuff after like a joint training camp practice,
you never know.
But yeah, I think defense here. When do I think we can wait on kicker.
We can wait on defense for a little bit, and we can wait on kicker for hopefully several rounds. But
we haven't mentioned Jordan Mason. To me, that's the grossest of them all. But
dude, I think I'd almost rather just go with Aaron Jones.
Yeah, in PPR.
Yeah, in PPR, and he looked quick again in the preseason. He looked fresh. He's kind of gets dinged up all the time, but I do think he is the most explosive runner. And Damon Claiborne did not look very good in the first preseason game, and they were using him kind of interesting. He's a smaller guy. They were using him like a traditional like 3-down running back. They were giving him all sorts of run, and he was really struggling with it in terms of pass protections and just running between the tackles. But so I say that because I do think Aaron Jones is could be a sneaky guy. Especially if he stays healthy. I think you always kind of have to just like put your medical degree to the side, to your point, Blake, and just draft in terms of best outcomes or range of outcomes, right? And so
I think Mason went anyway. So are we fading Tracy entirely?
dude, I think I'm having Aaron Jones above him is my point, especially after that block.
Yeah, I feel like that's being made a lot about. He came
It
out.
looks bad.
Yeah, it did look bad. They signed Najee too, so you believe they signed the dude that, what did you say, he runs? It looks like he runs in jeans.
Is that what I said about Najee?
About Najee, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, there's plays you'll watch that they look slowed down. They look like they're like
Coming
played
off
in
the
reverse.
Achilles too, right? So
Yeah, but he looks springy in some of these practice videos. And
3
dude,
points.
Achilles ain't what it used to be. You know what I mean? These guys are coming back and winning comeback player of the year damn near like J.K. Dobbins did, So
Bro, look at Jordan Tyson. It's like when you drink enough beer and that girl at the end of the bar starts to look a little looking pretty.
I'm with you, dude. I think I'm almost there.
Yeah, if Tyson gets here, I mean, you kind of just have to, right?
You are so funny, dude. It is kind of interesting to think that he went after Alec Pierce,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's tough with Tyson just because this isn't this is every single time he's been on the field. Or every one of his like years of being in the spotlight. So
2 months is like vague too, and it could be half
whole
the
year.
season. Yeah, it could be the whole year's lost.
So, not the value though.
The value, though.
Dude, I honestly would take Kittle here.
I know. That's why he's queued up. That's why you're looking at his face for the past 5 minutes. And I'm actually surprised he didn't go a good bit earlier.
Yeah, that's weird. Is there news on him or something?
Let's see what the latest on. I like that they had the latest on these news. Very confident he won't start the season and that he's still got a chance to play week 1.
Won't start the season on PUP.
Yeah, sorry.
So, and like Jalen Naylor just went.
Right. That's when I'm like, should we be drafting defenses, right?
Yeah, well, for sure. But also, like, these guys that are falling, like, even I would take probably Xavier Worthy over Jalen Naylor.
Yeah, that's a sharp pick.
There goes fucking.
There goes Kittle. We're up next.
So we're still chilling. We got Bowers.
Dude, nice. I think I'm going Aaron Jones, bro.
Okay. Yeah. I like it. We need a running back, another one anyway. I don't like the Dobbins pick, so might as well take 2 picks I hate, and then hopefully one of them is
cancels out, right?
I'm wrong about one of them, then we're set, right? Not that I mean, this value for Aaron Jones seems good, so I haven't been fading him completely. But Tyson's still there, man. I don't know. Tyson or Jones? Or Dubs?
Dubs. I love that you call him Dubs.
Is it not Dubs? He's
Dobbs. I mean, I've only heard Dobbs. I don't know who ever said Dubs.
Yeah, I've heard it both ways, but I like Dubs better because when he's on my team, we get Dubs. So.
Oh, we're going Aaron Jones. I've been on the clock like an ass. Just burning it for a full minute.
Yeah, we had to talk about Romeo Dubs real quick. So
let's look at the board.
Yeah, honestly, now I would say defense maybe, bro, but I don't know. When did it go last week? Can you pull up that board from last week quickly enough or no?
Not really, but it went round 14, 15.
Okay, so we wait another round maybe.
Yeah, I would
Another
say,
round or two.
yeah. I don't need to be right at the top of the pile. I think the bigger lesson was like you might just have to double tap it. You know what I mean?
For sure, for sure. Because we ended up with what the Cardinals defense.
Yeah,
Just
the Jags and the
had to-
Cardinals defense and the Browns kicking unit. Or no, the Falcons kicking unit.
Not ideal, but let's show me. So, how many receivers do we have right now?
We've got a 2-4-4-1 build so far.
All right, so receiver, running back here. Would you go Jalen McMillan?
Dude, I do start to look at Jordan Tyson.
Well,
He is in
Tyson's
the
not
queue.
going to be there. Somebody's going to take Tyson.
He's on the queue, brother.
If he's there, I'd take Tyson. But if
What
he's
about
not, ooh,
Travis
Algier, bro.
Kelce?
Algier.
I do like Algier.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't have said that, but he's going to get sniped. Jalen McMillan, I think he's an interesting pull here.
Are you taking injured players at the moment? I still take Love in the third. Love in the third feels a little rich just for the reasons that Blake outlined, that there's just other question marks there. And now we're looking at Algier here as a value, right, at 137 potentially. So take that for what it's worth. We're starting to noodle on Tyson here. I think but the lesson here, especially in this format, man, we've seen Alec Pierce falling well below ADP. We've seen Jordan Tyson falling well below ADP. And so point being, you maybe don't have to take Love in the third in some of these formats. Like I think we had the choice of Love in the fourth here. I'll just pull up the board real quick.
Did he get there?
So no, it was the end of the third is my point. So, I mean, yeah, if you're at the tail end of the third, he went 3 picks before Monty. Like, that's fine, right? But
yeah, there are spots in especially in redraft where like if I'm at the end of the third, non-third round reversal, if I've taken if I've gone receiver, running back, or even receiver, like sometimes you just gotta hit smash Love there and pray for the upside. But yeah, right now, end of the third is about as soon as I'm willing to go on the lover boy.
The lover boy.
17-3 right now, Texans. You see this? Who scored?
Yeah, it was that Woody touchdown and then
the
pick six from Mendoza.
Pick six. Which to be expected, honestly. Like you go out and buy Mendoza. Throws a pick six in the first preseason game, people might panic. Maybe not. Yeah. So Tyson just went and Algier. Back to back.
I've got Kelce next up. What do you think?
No, I don't like it.
I like it. I don't love it though.
I would go Goddard if anything, but I don't really want to go tight end.
The little stack there with Hurtsy.
Yeah, with Hurts. Could go Aubrey. He's right there in ADP.
Look, our boy Coleman did go, didn't he?
Yeah, unfortunately. There's
Yeah. Okay, we're on the clock.
Tracy. We have 50 seconds. We're good. Not Strange. You like Trey Harris a lot.
Yeah, but we don't need to go here.
Yeah, I'd say Jalen McMillan would be my pick.
Dude, he's out indefinitely, man.
Oh, for real? It's question. What's
soreness? I guess just soreness after missing a week of action.
Yeah, he's just sore.
Lingering knee issue, brother.
Okay. Then Goddard.
Oh,
Goddard went. Shakir, huh? That's pretty gross.
It is gross.
I'd say, dude, you want to go Texans D or Rams D?
Fuck it. No, dude, we're going Travis Kelce.
All right. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
we were talking all night long last week about, the target's got to go somewhere. We got to have a piece of that offense.
True.
You get him falling at a great value, and he's a top 5 tight end perennially. The only thing is, I kind of, I did mention earlier, we took Bowers early. And when you do that, you're banking that he's going to fill in for you most weeks. But do you think Kelce offers touchdown upside, could have some splash weeks, could be some weeks where he maybe slots in the flex position.
Yeah, I was gonna say he might even be flex. He's got
He
flex.
might be what you need.
Yeah, if you have a receiver go down or something, and hopefully you get Kelsey carries you through. If you take, no, never mind. On a different offense, maybe I was gonna posit picking Denzel Boston just because he's been getting some hype and he might have some upside, but not in the Browns offense, not after taking KC.
Dude, we got KC.
I'm happy with the KC pick. Yeah. Over Diggs, yeah, I like that.
All right, keep the comments coming, guys. We are not even halfway through this draft, so we've got more time to answer more questions, more time to talk, more ball. But don't go anywhere because the second half of the draft is where it gets real.
The NFFC, my favorite high-stakes fantasy platform. Why? Third-round reversal, Kentucky Derby draft slot allocation. So it's a lottery-based system where you can put in your preference, where you want to draft. It's full PPR. There's 3 receivers. It's the best place to play fantasy football, especially for high stakes. And now they've combined with the FFWC, they have a lot more contests to offer. In fact, they have the Double Crown bonus where you can join the NFFC Primetime, and if you win that, 300 grand. You can also join the Circle World Championship, and that's 200 grand. You win both, you win $1 million. So go to playnffc.com/profiler and check the show description for a number of promo codes you can use. First time 100 to get $100 when you sign up, but also every time you sign up for a new contest, we give you codes to use to get discounts on those entry fees as well. Thank you to the NFFC. They make our podcast network what it is.
We are running deep in the NFFC streets tonight. Check out the queue, Blake. What do you think of the queue?
Yeah, assuming that Texans went.
Texans went. Dude, I can't. I'm struggling between the Rams and the Broncos. The Rams have a hell of a D, but they have a little bit tougher schedule on paper, right? Broncos are our team too, dude.
Yeah, my concern always with the Broncos defense is how solidified are we going to be against the run, and can we stop tight ends and slot receivers across the middle of the field? Hufanga improved the ladder considerably last year, and we're getting some buzz from PJ Locke, he's gone. One of our other safeties, I'm blanking on who exactly it is, but we should be. I don't know, linebacker middle linebacker is a concern. I think with the amount of talent the Rams are fielding right now, I would definitely go Rams over Broncos.
Dude, it's tough, man. It's tough because I was just thinking Myles Garrett, Eric Donald coming back, Trent McDuffie. They've got guys, right? I don't think anybody questions that. So just think the Denver Broncos have proven to be a good unit,
We are a bend don't break too. We're pretty good in the red zone. We force a lot of turnovers. Rams secondary still maybe a bit of a concern. I feel like in those, I just feel like our divisional games have a tendency to be more dirty and gritty, and their divisional games tend to be more high scoring. So that's one argument.
That's kind of where I'm at with it, dude.
Based off of years past, but
playing the Raiders twice, right? Like
they get the Cardinals twice.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but the Cardinals at least kind of
they can sling it a little bit. But yeah, dude, I think I would go Rams though, in spite of that fact. But
let me just see. I'm gonna look up one thing.
Okay, we're on the clock, just so you know.
Denver Broncos, they were 5th last year. I thought they would be number 1.
No, not quite.
They were number 1 in 2024.
I would go Rams, and I don't.
We're 8th. I'm gonna give the bump to the Rams for bringing in Myles Garrett, for bringing in Donald. I think they ascend. We got our anchor defense, brother.
Yes, I feel really good. Yeah, and I just once the pick happened, I feel pretty comfortable about Rams over Broncos. Sometimes you got to make the pick before you know.
Dude, Seattle.
Yeah, Seahawks, but their schedule's got to be just brutal, right? After winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, week 1 they got to play New England, right? Like, but.
And just to clarify, we still have 4 receivers, right?
Yep, we got 2-4-4-2 build and 1 defense.
So let's look at receivers here. Although Malik Willis, dude, I know we have 2 QBs, but
no, I'm kind of with you, queuing him up.
For me, it'd be receiver wise. Trey Tucker, I like, because Trey Tucker gets those boom weeks. Dude, people don't realize Trey Harris has got that 40 burger in him, and we've seen it at least twice. Once
Trey
with
Tucker.
Trey
Yeah.
Tucker. Take Bigsby's interesting here. Little handcuff. He's
I
been
agree.
flying up draft boards. Emmett Johnson looks like his ADP has risen considerably.
Yeah, I
After
wouldn't take him here.
Chig. We definitely don't need a tight end now. We're not taking another tight end.
I would almost agree. It's either a complete fade or it's like a 20-round dart on Waller at this
I
point.
think I've
Or
just been
30
reading
round
up like three tight end builds are just useless. It's a waste of a pick.
Dude, 30 rounds deep changes the strategy.
Yeah, when you start getting like around 28, 29 for sure.
Yeah.
Flournoy.
Flournoy's interesting, dude. Flournoy's a guy,
Yeah,
but he definitely needs an injury to be like clearly relevant, you know?
for sure. Dwan Jennings. I don't even like Addison this year. I'm such a Kyler hater. I think I mentioned that last week, but
No, I'm with you. I think this is why I was saying I was good taking a D because this just starts to get like meh to me, you know?
absolutely, brother.
Omar Cooper is actually interesting, dude. He's actually good.
Yeah, he would be on my queue right now.
I would have him ahead of Flournoy.
Okay. I don't hate that. Kamara? What's the latest on Kamara? Did he just get
Sprained MCL, dude?
Yeah, so never mind.
That's rough.
Yeah,
that's really rough for him.
Wait,
Coming
dude,
back, never going to be 100%.
keep scrolling, I guess. Just while we're waiting for me, please. So you got your boy Adonai as well. There's Antonio Williams.
Irrelevant, bro.
Okay. I mean, with Diggs there for sure.
It's just not helpful. It's not helpful dialogue.
I'm going to go on mute. I'm going to take a timeout.
You're on timeout. So you would take Trey Tucker over Omar Cooper Jr.?
Yeah, for the splash.
I'm struggling with it, dude.
Yeah, is it too gross for you? I mean, it is kind of gross.
I just feel like, I don't know, because the one thing is I already took KC, right? So I don't want to be that guy who's too overweight on rookies and getting rookie brain.
Yeah. So then
I
go
think
Trey.
I will take Trey Tucker here and hope that Cooper comes back around because I do think there's a chance we could just get slightly more of a discount based on the reports that Isaiah Williams is the wide receiver 3 in New York. I will just say that is the type of thinking that gets you stuck in the BC Johnson is the wide receiver 2 over Justin Jefferson trap. Like, you need to plug your ears, cover your eyes during some of this off-season reports because, like, trust the film, trust the process, that this guy was a first-round pick, and all that other good stuff, right? So, to your point, I don't hate AD Mitchell. I do think there's a lot of talent sneakily in that Jets offense. They've got a good offensive line. They've got a good running back room. They've got a good wide receiver room. They now have Kenyon Sadiq and Mason Taylor. So it's really just the questions at quarterback and, honestly, the offensive play caller. I'm going to ask you this, man. I was on a show with Matt, our CEO, the other week, and we got into a pretty contentious argument over the idea that quarterbacks do, or play callers do, impact the quality of the offense as a whole. And I said it was probably 30+% that, like, the offensive input is dictated by the plays that were called, the scheme that was drawn up. And he said it was less than 5 and that it's all on the players. Where do you sit in that argument?
Well, 5's definitely way too low, in my opinion.
Yeah, you see, this is going full heel on me, dude. Full heel.
But dude, I mean, when you're looking at a player, any player, you're looking at total situation, right? And in my opinion, the biggest factor for an offense to be successful, first of all, is the offensive line, in my opinion. Second of all, I would say is play calling, and then, personnel. Personnel play calling, I think, are 2 and 3. But I'm one to really bet on offensive lines, especially in redraft. And Yeah, I think play calling is huge. I mean, you've seen what it's done to players like Bijan in the past, and you can just see how like play callers make offenses. It's their game plan, it's their schemes, it's their brain against the defensive coordinator's brain. So I think you have to look at it as a major factor in whether or not at least if you're comparing players, right? If you're looking at two guys that have similar ADPs, like it's definitely a major tiebreaker for me.
Talk to me through some of these defenses.
Um,
Vikings, Eagles, Steelers.
yeah,
Those are
like
some good defenses. I think we're at that tail end, dude, where we might have to consider defense over someone like Ryan Flournoy.
yeah, Chargers would be up there for me, just because their early schedule, they're number 2 on the ADP. For me, it would be Eagles and then Chargers. I don't like the Steelers. I don't think they've done enough to solidify their secondary. TJ Watt, if he bounces back, they're going to have a decent pass rush, but I don't even know if he bounces back, and I don't know if they can rush the passer even. I'm not a
I'm
huge.
so down to go bully defense here and go Eagles.
I mean, Eagles or Chargers for me, and then
I don't know
maybe
if Eagles
even
come to us, but
maybe even who was I thinking there?
you're thinking about how cute you can possibly get. You're like, maybe we could do Browns defense.
What about Cowboys?
Cowboys are gone, bro.
They're gone. Okay.
Yeah, I think there's some hype in the NFFC streets.
Yeah, they went 2
I
rounds.
guess no, that was their kicker.
Oh, really?
But you know what was funny is I was
really.
just doing some digging before the show. Like they're kind of buried in a lot of the or in the rankings. Like they've got Quinnen Williams and they've made some investment in that defense, but I think people still question that secondary. We are on the clock. I think I'm going to go with Eagles. Like I said, dude, I mean, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, a whole host of guys up front. I think the thing that I really sat on after our last show, man, where we did this draft was the idea that like defense is such a finicky position. You can draft a good unit and they can have a bad matchup and are basically out that week, And so just to have that mix and match a little bit, where you've got a couple solid defenses that can, any given week, one of them is going to get you 15. Like that can be a big difference,
Yeah, 100%. And if we had more time, like if this was a slow draft, I would bust out the schedules and see like where things line up. But just based off talent and everything, yeah, Eagles for no question about it there. Ray Davis is there.
Ray Davis, dude, you know how I feel about Ray Davis.
Malik Washington.
I do think like as cool as Mike Washington was, he just went off the board, right? Like I think a guy like Ray Davis is a bit of a better value in terms of he's done it. He's handled 20 carries in a game. We know he's the clear handcuff. When he does fill in for James, he's taken on that bell cow role. So I think he's a great value, man.
How many touchdowns did Ray Davis have last year with Cook's career high? Just curious.
I don't know. I don't have that off the top of my head. 0.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah, 0 touchdowns. It's right here on the screen. 2 receiving touchdowns.
So,
but to your point, it almost feels like bad almost a little bit. Like, yeah, obviously they're using Cook near their goal line, but 0 touchdowns, man. In an offense that moves the ball and rushes well, like I would think that he does a slightly more than that this year.
Yeah, as an RB5 for sure. And yeah, there's you got to worry about Allen too. It's not just Cook. But
yeah,
I was saying Malik Washington, not Mike Washington.
I know. I saw him go a few picks earlier, and I'm out on Malik Washington now, dude. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I am too, but somebody's got to catch balls in Miami.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it's Chris Bell. Maybe it's Caleb Douglas, right? Like, it's Kevin Coleman Jr.
I like Kevin Coleman. I was talking to Kevin Coleman.
Me too. I actually think he could outproduce Malik Washington. It wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. you know?
Yeah, I agree.
And again, 30 rounds, like we can start looking at a guy like that in round 30 if we want a piece of the world's worst offense. I
I actually,
kind of
I
like going kicker here, dude, and getting the dome of the Texans. I told you earlier, my cheat code is the Texans. I think I'm loaded up here because, again, I start looking at this board and I get kind of indifferent for a little bit. You know, I think I get more excited about some of the later round guys with some higher upside. But
100%, dude. Like, yeah, and if we're not gonna reach for those guys over ADP,
Caleb Douglas just went 183. Justice Hill 184. That's an interesting one. I'm gonna go Texans here. I think you see a lot of tight ends and running backs on the board, and that's why I think a guy like Ray Davis could fall to us next round. You know, and if he doesn't, you've got some like I think Monty Vidal is kind of almost fits in the same mold of like contingent upside. We don't expect the guy to be Keaton Mitchell if anything happens to Hampton. You're not drafting Ray Davis for his standalone value, right? So give me that Texans offense that just loves to stall out, dude. They just love like kicking field goals. They play in the dome. So I'm in on that Texans, and I like Kyami Fairbairn. I do think he's a solid kicker. I watch him very closely for a number of years as my fantasy kicker, and yeah, I thought I have a buddy. He might be watching the show. He said he's like watching it, couldn't comment because he's on an airplane, and he was saying something to the tune of like, well, no, he didn't say this. He did it. He traded a 4th-round pick in a kit with a league with kickers for Cam Little.
I thought it was a 3rd-round pick. I remember that conversation. Was it
Wolf,
not a 3rd?
It doesn't matter first, second. No, I'm pretty sure it was a 4th, but it's a 10-team league, and he's basically drafting from the 401 because he makes these sort of trades. So yeah, man, I thought that was Wolf.
What can you flash the board real quick? I just want to see what kickers went before.
None.
Money. Well, Aubrey did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Fairbairn's got to be 2 or 3. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hope so.
No,
I think Jason Myers is all right. Again, they play outside. They do have a couple opponents in domes, right? Those divisional opponents. Like, you're not really worried about weather in LA or Arizona. So I do like the Seahawks kicking unit, but
you got Dicker
cool.
too.
Huh?
You're not putting Dicker in the conversation.
I think Dicker's in the conversation. I do think, again, you can start arguing the Cam Little's in the conversation. You know, if you're going for this in this format, it's 0.1 for every yard outside of 30. So like a 63-yard field goal is 6.3. You know what I mean?
Every little bit helps.
Yeah, and I mean that leg matters, right? The bigger the leg. So.
And he correct me if I'm wrong, but he looked really good in the second half of last year, right?
No, Cam. So that's the thing about Cam Little that does give me pause is like you got to make the big kicks at the most important time. Like he kind of tapered off. He had like I think 4 misses in like the final like 6 or 7 games of the year, and I think he missed a couple like extra points. It might have even been in the playoffs. He missed an important kick. So Cam Little has all the leg, but we've seen guys with all the leg in the world before, where you know it's what's between the ears as a kicker that matters even more.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Jawan's fallen, dude.
Yeah, but dude, like I said, we need to take. There's no way I'm gonna let you take Jawan Jennings.
You can talk me out of it. You can work on talking me out of it. I would take Ray Davis above him, but I do think there could be some. Oh, there goes Ray Davis. Jawan Jennings is next in the queue. You are going to have to sell me on making another pick.
No, I thought you were talking about Jawan Johnson.
Sorry, Jawan Jennings.
Yeah, so I'm fine with Jennings. I'm actually more than fine with Jennings. We do have 4 running backs and 5 receivers, but I don't think there's any value better than I don't think Jennings makes it to us, so we should have a backup plan.
Yeah, I agree. B-Rob's kind of interesting with that contingent upside. Probably more contingent upside than Vidal. I almost think I queue up B-Rob just until you talk me off something else.
You want to go Claiborne here?
Dude, I'm telling you, man, I really didn't like what I saw.
I'm talking about like 1 injury and then it's
but 17 weeks. Don't I already have Jones too?
But then you get the handcuff. I mean, I don't know if you want. two
Yeah, you're
pieces.
kind of right, but I think as it stands,
There's Sean Tucker too.
I think Jennings and Robinson both inside the first 200 picks is a pretty solid value, dude.
Okay, let's pray for Jennings, and we got him. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm taking Jennings here, dude. Like, I've never been overly in love with the guy, right? But I think we can count on a couple 10, 15-point games, throughout the season for him. Does all the dirty work. But dude, I don't know if you saw that video the other day. It was like he ran her out, and then Addison ran her out, and then Jefferson ran her out, and it was just like it made Jawan Jennings look like me running her out,
I think the funniest part was that everybody's consensus was that Addison looked better than Jefferson. Even.
No.
Slightly. I mean, they both ran nice routes. I think Jennings, what is nice about him in PPR, especially with Kyler, just doesn't push the ball down the field, man. I've watched him. I've had him in fantasy two supposed years where he's supposed to come back and be that guy again. Watching him, he just does not push the ball down the field. So, like, a guy like Addison, I'm very scared of at ADP. But Jennings, who works the middle of the field, works a lot of, like, comebackers, little inside, little digs, little stop and slants and that kind of stuff, like stick routes. Like, I think especially there where he fell, like, we got him at least, like, 10 picks after his ADP. Maybe not. So
no, like 30.
Yeah, like 30. Okay, yeah, dude. Obviously,
I'm gonna pick 200, bro.
Yeah,
like that's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, don't have to think too hard about that,
dude. If you see the queue, I got Geno up. I think again, it's just when I talk about guys where you have some degree of confidence, they are gonna. He gives me the highest degree of confidence out of anyone left on the board that he could play 17 games. Right, like it's Cade Klubnik behind him. We'll see if Geno falls here, but I do think that would be you really can go to sleep at night at quarterback after this. I do think we're basically good with two, to your point.
Yeah. So I wouldn't even think Geno really, but if you were going to take quarterback, it would be Geno for me. I honestly might go kicker. Like you said, like there's going to be a run on it eventually. We're pretty set everywhere. There's nothing that's like making me super excited unless like what rookie receivers are left, bro. Like if I can get Ted Hurst here. Yeah, Ted Hurst is there. I mean, all those guys are here. Like Ted Hurst.
I think I have Bernard above Hurst.
Yeah, Bernard or Ted Hurst, but Ted Hurst with all the injuries right now, I think his talent honestly isn't that much lower than Jeremy's is. He's got the size. Malachi Fields is interesting also, but he would be third in that list. And then I don't know if my other USC boy has gone, but he just keeps every day. It's another. It's another highlight.
A while ago.
For sure. Yeah, I don't expect him. We could have gotten him here in the last draft, I think. Like, because he was falling until his ADP is finally starting to rise. But yeah, I would go Hurst or Bernard over.
Dude, what about Tank Dell? Does he get a bump to you with the Jaden Higgins?
100%. Yeah, I would even go.
I gotta go, dude. I've been planting the flag with Tank Dell. Dude, I'm still struggling with Geno though, man. I feel like it's like a now or never thing with quarterback for me.
I just don't think we need it.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
We have 6 receivers. If anything, can you
flash on it? Totally hanging someone out to dry though. Like this guy's got 3 QBs, right? This guy's got 3 QBs, 2, but he's got 2 good ones like we do.
Rodgers wing.
All right, we're on, and there goes Ted Hurst.
So yeah, I mean that sucks. I really wanted Hurst. Is that the second time he sniped us right there? No, it was somebody else.
Josh Allen and Tua, that's a pretty rough quarterback room. That guy's probably but everyone actually seems pretty taken care of at QB.
Yeah, I don't want Jeremy. What running backs? Dude, honestly, Vidal here. We need a 5th running back. But I don't love Vidal by any means. I would go Claiborne personally, but
all right, we're going to take Dell.
Yes. All right. Okay. That's a good pick.
Immediately Claiborne. That
guy
could possibly draft the guy right after me goes Claiborne. That's actually jokes.
We'll see. He could be proven very, very smart.
Dude, I got some Claiborne. I've got some exposure to Claiborne, but that's kind of where it's like I also want to check myself sometimes and be like, okay, I was excited. There's some big playability. There's some positive buzz. Like Aaron Jones is speaking very highly of Damon Claiborne. Dude, Hurst will def fall to you, bro.
He did not.
He did not. I wonder if he's in here and he's just.
Oh, that he
hates
could be team 4. Can you scroll up on the board and I just want to see how many teams have like 4 running backs or less. I doubt anybody has less than 4 running backs. So team 1 has 4, team 2 has a bunch, team 3 has 5, team 4's got 5. We're the only one with 4. So yeah.
So we're dead.
I mean, it's not the worst strategy. You just gotta, you gotta pray for healthy seasons.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of this is what I'd call a somewhat fragile build. To your point, in that sense, you've got
Especially
those
with JK and Aaron Jones as 3-4, like it's super fragile in my opinion.
It's really ugly at running back here. To
Just
your point.
because of injuries, especially just all those guys. Honestly, Katron Allen, bro. Every year, these running backs fill in week 15, 16, 17. All these guys go down. Sean Tucker. I don't hate Emmanuel Wilson, but he keeps falling in my ranks by the day.
Or by the hour.
Second, yeah. And yeah, dude. I mean, if Gino's there, like, but I think we gotta get a running back with upside. Who could wait a little bit and not get hurt at the beginning of the year and maybe save us if one of our guys does get hurt like middle of the season.
Yeah, I do think the most clear pick is, to your point, Kamani Vidal in that world.
Katron just went. I would have gone Katron, but yeah, I don't think Kamani falls either. So I think like Sean Tucker. Were you not high on Sean Tucker? Dude, what about
Sean? It's just, dude, he's just, there's a couple guys ahead of him that I think I like as well.
Where's Kalen Black? I'm sure he went.
He's gone.
Okay.
The Jordan James project.
George Alani, but ugh.
I know it's so gross, dude.
Jalen Wright, Ollie Gordon went. I think I saw. Oh, no, he's still there. No, that's Gadsden.
I like Gordon. Like,
yeah, me too.
When you start having to have these conversations about that level of reaching, there's no way we get Vidal here.
No way. Yeah, queue up some kickers too. I would honestly smack Mavis, dude, if he's still there.
A thicker kicker.
Yes, bro.
You think you like Mavis, huh?
I like him more than Little.
Damn.
Yeah, until I see it from Little, like, okay, well, we got one. Oh, did he? Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, definitely take the point.
Well, we're not up yet. Okay, we are up, and we've got Kamani Vidal.
Yeah, hope. Yeah, if Hampton goes down, that's a good pick.
Apparently, to Mike McDaniel, it's just a good pick, period.
True. Yeah, I'm surprised he's there, honestly, with the buzz. So
224. Again, we'll take it. Dude, you know who's falling is Orande, bro. We're at his ADP's 150. We're at 225. People are looking at him like bad medicine.
Yeah, I mean, go to the board real quick. How many of these guys have tight ends? Like, is anybody just like waiting on him?
There he goes. That was that guy's third. Holy crap! This guy has 0 tight end.
No tight ends, bro. He was probably locked and loaded on Gadsden there.
Look at this. 1 tight end for this guy. And
yeah,
I could kind of tell by the board. You could kind of like that was Helm was that guy's second tight end.
Dude, that guy took Pitts in the 5th, and then wait, no, you're not scrolled. Yeah, you are scrolled to the top.
7th. That's the 7th.
7th. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Over Kraft though, I guess. What do you buy the snap count rumors for Kraft? Because before that report came out, it seemed like all signs were go for him for week 1, playing like 17 games and being, a factor right out of the start. But now it seems like he's gonna be like, he said, pitch count for half the season or something.
Yeah, I do think that kind of stuff gets thrown out a little bit after a couple good plays, Um, but it's not nothing.
It's not nothing. Do we want to go kicker? Yeah. Wow.
I've got kicker queued up, but I've got Jeremy queued up, dude.
Yeah, for sure. We do
I
need
think
one
I
more.
went Jeremy last draft, but I do think there's just some times when you get into like these rounds where it's just like, yeah, get the guy you want every time he's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like most of your exposures tend to spike in those like later rounds for sure. And I definitely believe in Jeremy Bernard's talent.
We've got a good amount of kickers left for what it's worth, like a ton. So I don't think we're going to be caught with like one kicker, which I think is the bigger issue,
Yes. Well, yeah, we don't need a second like stud kicker. We just need a second kicker. And honestly, like, dude, there's guys I like late too. Even if we get Falcons kicker again, whoever he was it Nick Folk?
Yeah, dude, it wasn't bad, dude. Dome kickers. What about Reichard? To your point, Mavis. There's some sneaky names, dude.
Yeah, maybe this would be my pick. But let's think about like a Jalen Wright here, maybe.
Yeah, I'm with you, but we do have Jeremy, and I think I gotta go Jeremy.
Are we up?
Yeah, we're up, dude.
Okay. My connection might be bad, or it's yours. I can't tell.
I'm ready for it, dude.
Take the board.
I actually think that could be like a board saving pick for us in terms of like, we kind of played a little risky with two tight end or two running backs and a tight end in the first 4 rounds, right? This is a start 3 wide receiver. Like, you got to start getting some of these deep later wide receivers right with this type of build. And I do think that Jeremy Bernard has a lot of talent and could easily outperform the ADP. Again, you just start. Draft capital is really the most predictive indicator we have. And so when you start seeing him go after 3rd round guys like Caleb Douglas, Ted Hurst, Malachi Fields, you're getting a guy who was drafted at like the top of the 2nd round after all those guys. And there's rumors he's going to play in the slot. Looked really good in the preseason game that he played. Ton of yak, which is kind of what he was doing in college as well. So
I think he's a bit of an underrated route runner too. So in the slot, especially, I don't know what his advanced metrics are against zones and stuff, but the eye test is there for me. I have a lot of Jeremy in Dynasty, just over the last like month or so, like late 2nd even, and I think that's crazy. But yeah, for best ball, that's a no-brainer. So Ollie Gordon's no longer there, I'm assuming.
No, he's there, dude.
Okay.
Would you go Wright over Gordon though? Because I think I'm almost Gordon over Wright.
Who's gonna complement Achane better without an
think there's that contingent upside question with Achane. Like, they want to run him into the dirt. He's a fragile, smaller guy. Like,
I think the goal line work will be Ollie Gordon's.
I think I gotta go Ollie over. And I do think this is one where you almost just have to like look at everybody above him and be like, yeah, I'm totally cool reaching pretty high here. Former Doak Award winner. I'm queuing him up, dude. We got several picks. I'd be reaching 20 above ADP. Totally cool with it.
Zach Branch too. I mean, I was saying last week that I don't really want the wide receiver 2 in that offense, regardless of who it is, if it's Zacchaeus or Branch or.
Well, I think you have to start looking at the build too and realizing we got 8 wide receivers, right?
Yeah.
And to your point, 5 running backs. I think you really want to try and keep these builds around like 8 or 9 running backs, and so I think you have to start reaching for the running backs a little bit.
Did Adam Randall just went?
Yeah, it's definitely time to take Ollie Gordon.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna even say, would you think about Randall there? But I would probably lean Gordon. Oh no, he's still there. Never mind.
Still there, dude. Okay, he didn't go. McGowan, dude, that's another interesting one deep. I know we went with him last time. I think we went with Gordon last time.
We did get Gordon and McGowan. Yeah.
Again, I'm okay with kind of taking those guys twice in a 30-round draft like this when you've diversified kind of earlier with the build. So I'm not really like, oh, I took them last time, so I can't take them again.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't shy away from it. Go to Flash Kicker for me, just so I want to make sure we're not getting run on there. Oh, we're good.
D is starting to thin out.
We don't need a third D, or do we want one?
We probably want one, but I don't think we need one. I don't think we need one right now.
Is that the top of that? Is the Niners, or did you scroll down?
Top pile, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Are they like? I do
Might
think they
be worth it to think about even Tennessee.
above the Niners.
That's more of a gut
the
check. Well, Niners last year, from what I saw through 17 games, couldn't stop the pass, couldn't rush the passer, couldn't stop the run. I don't know what
point.
they. Titans brought in heaps of players in free agency. They went Tate early in the draft, but they take a corner. Which corner did they take?
If we're talking Titans, I'm gonna fade him around then.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we gotta go running back here, dude. I wanna go Ollie, bro.
I like it.
I think I'm gonna take right off the board with that said.
There's something new. There's an argument to be made for Jordan James.
Dude, we took him last time. There's an argument to be made. But again, I have CMC in this build, right? And I think in this type of fragile build that we talked about, it's like you kind of need him to stick around if you're going to win the money, you know?
With Christian McCaffrey, though, was going to be my point.
Right, I know you're going to kind of say, oh, no. But it's like, dude, I think if McCaffrey goes down, this team's toast, is my point. Like, Jordan James replacing him, you know?
Yeah, we're toast if CMC goes down. I do think if McCaffrey goes down and James is the guy, I do think there is replacement value. But
yeah, well, but there was a couple ifs in that statement. If CMC goes down and if James is the guy, we don't even know if he's the guy.
We don't know if he's the guy. He's also banged up, but so is Blacks. Everyone's banged up. I'm just saying, if you're throwing darts at this point, it's not the worst dart to throw.
Dude, I think
he might be the last man standing at some point.
Over all these guys, bro.
Yeah, I don't mind McGowan. I heard something about. Did he miss a block in the preseason game, or was it their other backup? Was it Giddens who missed the block or something?
I'm not sure. I didn't hear as much about that one. Definitely heard about the Tyrone Tracy one. Speaking of which, dude, when is it too early to add Najee Harris to the queue, bro?
Ooh. We do have Vidal. Yeah, I think it's. I'm not coming around on drafting Najee yet, but it's definitely something to keep in mind.
We're gonna keep him in the back pocket.
I would go kicker before I went Najee.
Yeah, I would agree with you. We do need to start keeping our eye on kicker position. Tons of kickers left.
But you have Green Bay all the way down there, bro. But I don't think we can hope that Smack falls.
Smack's good, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would take Smack over most of those guys. Maybe not most of them, but
hey, look at this board. Talk to me. Tell me what you're seeing. With my Q.
Can you hit that little Q next to Chris Bell's name? Okay, never mind. He went.
Yeah, I did queue him up. He was in the queue.
No, the question mark. I just wanted to see what the latest news on him was. Jalen Noel's banged
activated
up.
All.
Really? Yeah, I would have got Chris Bell then there. Jalen Noel isn't super interesting, but we already have Tank Dell. I guess maybe it doesn't hurt to take two on the same team. But I would go maybe
Should we go with that Titans defense, dude?
I think it's getting pretty ugly, dude. If we want three defenses, the time is now. Commanders too, though. Even the Jets are, I don't know.
You talked me into the Titans, bro.
Okay, I mean, I feel like they're going to be in a lot of low-scoring games.
You talked me into the Titans.
I think I was really just trying to talk.
They made new coach, defensive-minded coach. Mm-hmm. Let's keep beating the drum. Tennessee Titans, sneaky top 10 defense this year.
Top 12.
I know. I'm kind of I'm chatting shit, bro. But
My main point was just to talk you out of the Niners defense, not necessarily to talk you into the Titans defense. But I don't think it's a bad pick there.
Dude, I know you hate Troy Franklin, but the data strongly favors a third-year breakout.
I mean, at this point, I would take him. I just am really high on Bryant and Waddle and Sutton being the three guys out there for a wide receiver. I just don't see Franklin getting any reps there. Mims is going to get some gadget plays too. Like,
Oh, that's right. And, dude, Mims is buried. We got to keep Mims on the, like, late radar. Maybe just fade Franklin at cost here because you can get Mims at, like, the last pick in this format.
Yeah, I just don't see it with Franklin, the eye test. He doesn't flash for me, really.
What about Cuzzy, bro? I know we don't need a third quarterback, but again, you start looking at the board and it's like, does Cuzzy play, 6-7 games and maybe have a squeak?
Does he get into our lineups even with like his ceiling game?
Yeah, fair enough. 6-point passing touchdown though.
Yeah, dude, I actually didn't consider that when I forgot it was 6 point when we went Hurts.
I still am okay with it. We got Purdy.
So.
Yeah.
And then good thing we did go Purdy because if we had Hurts and Dart, I would feel less comfortable about that.
If you were to let's cut the line off at Carson Beck. Let's not even consider JJ McCarthy. Like any other quarterbacks you'd even consider, I guess is my point.
I mean, my heart says, do Mac Jones just because we have Purdy, almost like a handcuffed QB.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Is interesting.
I think we can wait on that.
I think Mac Jones, if he was...
It is actually really interesting because he is one of those guys where Purdy gets banged up, been injured a lot. Obviously it's not really indicative that he's going to get injured again, but I think he was sneakily like top 3 or top 5 in 300-yard passing games. Mac Jones last year, and he only played like 4 or 5 games, and he threw like 300 in every single one. Or not every, but I mean, enough to be in that list, right?
He made Kendrick Bourne look like Justin Jefferson. So, like, and he's made BTJ, like, dude, I still think Mac Jones has another chapter in his career. I don't think that's really even a debate, to be honest. I think somebody in the coming years, I mean, people wanted to trade for him this offseason, and the Niners are just like, look, he's too valuable for us. You're going to have to overpay. So, yeah, I think Mac Jones at some point, if we can kind of get him to fall to us. Dude, honestly, what's up with Branch? Did he why is he falling? Him and
no,
Williams?
I'm here for Branch for sure, bro.
Even Antonio Williams at that price, bro.
He only had 300-yard passing games last year, but that's the same amount as Josh Allen, one less than Matt Stafford.
He only played 4 games, right? Like 5
games. That's my point. It was he was slinging it. So I like the Mac Jones. I actually love that as QB.
Okay, for sure. And we have 8 wide receivers. So honestly, dude, if you want to smash that, there's really no running. Dude, running backs is just so gross. What about James Conner?
What happens with him, dude? He's not even no timeline to return.
Still no timeline? Yeah, he's probably just going to be a Joe Mixon maybe. But every time he plays, man, he just keeps proving me wrong. I've faded him the last, every year of his career, basically.
Dude, I almost if we're talking about late round running backs, I almost like Rashard Smith.
Yes, bro. Actually, yeah. Wait, what? Is Kareem Hunt still there? I thought he was a free agent.
He is, dude.
Why does it say KC, though?
I don't know. Kareem Hunt.
No, he's out there, bro. I don't know.
All right,
no, dude,
Branch is still there. 70 picks past ADP, dude. 270. I think we gotta take a long, hard look at him.
Yeah, it's between him and Rashard Smith. That's a crazy price, but I do feel like Rashard Smith has standalone value on third down.
I'm gonna hope we can get Rashard Smith back around.
Okay. Yeah, we have the short wait this time, so it's not a bad thought. But then we're probably not gonna get. Well, actually, yeah, we probably still could even get Purdy. We might have to make a decision between Purdy and a second kicker, though.
You mean Mac Jones, but...
I mean Mac Jones, yeah.
I don't know, man. I do think other people probably look at it a little different. Like, Kirk Cousins is a clear guy they'd go for, and probably even Shador. I think we're looking through it through a unique lens. I really think we can get Mac Jones pretty deep. Could be totally wrong, but I'm willing to your point, I'm willing to live with two quarterbacks. So with the way we built this, so take a quick look at the board.
Well, how many rounds do we have left? 7?
Yep. Dude, this is when it gets real fun, bro. Najee Harris went.
Yeah.
Little run on running back from that group.
Yeah, Emmanuel Wilson, I think that's a pretty good price for him.
Yeah, I like what we talked about it last week. I liked the film from Emmanuel Wilson.
Dude, what about super deep, super nasty Audric Estime with Kamara going down?
You wouldn't go Devin Neal?
He just went. I'm just saying super deep. He had that tutty and he looked good in that preseason game.
Yeah, he had a little run at the end of the year. What's the question mark? Ankle not specified. Expected to miss some time with his ankle injury.
Yeah, that's not ideal. He's a goal line guy though. I'm saying super deep.
No, I get it. Like last round kind of. Yeah, he would be.
But yeah, with Kamara going down, I do think that there's an opportunity there. If we want to go kicker, just to think about it through, I would probably put my money on Butker here. Maybe over Boswell. No,
we're not going kicker here, dude. I really like.
There's so much kickers. I feel like at this point in the draft, last time we
got snapped on Brashard Smith. Maybe we are going kicker.
Yeah,
Boswell's actually kind of fire, dude.
Boswell's nasty. They're probably not going to be great in the red zone. They have DK, but
I kind of like the smack play, but I
think the smack play is so nasty, but it's a bit of a risk to wait. Well, let's go back because we still have Antonio Williams, dog, or Troy Franklin. Like,
yeah, but we got 9 wide receivers, bro.
True.
I think I'm cool with Boswell here, dude.
Okay, I like it.
Okay, let's run through the build real quick. At quarterback, we've got Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy. Running back, we've got Christian McCaffrey, Josh Jacobs, J.K. Dobbins, Aaron Jones, Vidal, Gordon. Wide receiver, we got McConkey, Odunze, Harrison, KC, Kevin Concepcion, Trey Tucker, Juwan Jennings, Tank Dell, Jeremy Bernard, Zachariah Branch, Brock Bowers, Travis Kelce at tight end. Kickers are the Texans and the Steelers and the Rams, Eagles, and Titans defense. Dude, I'm actually really feeling this.
Yeah, we got to get some luck with some injuries, but this team could be real boomy for sure.
What's the pick you don't like? What's the pick you hate the most?
Probably J.K. Dobbins, but we needed a running back there. Dude, I think our season rests on the shoulders of Lad McConkey. What do you think of that?
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
And I'm not super stoked about that, but we have Bowers, so that makes up for it considerably. If Zay had fallen to us, because Zay went like right one pick before Lad, or no? That would have been the ultimate build.
Yeah, Zay was gone. Yeah, dude, I keep getting. I feel like I'm the sharpest guy in the room when I come into these drafts, ready to get him, slightly above ADP. Dude, Deshaun's dribbling in round 7, right after Jalen. We took Hurts, dude. That
feels good. That feels good, bro. Like when you see stuff like that. I really hope Odunze. Dude, if Odunze works his way into like a top 12 conversation, top 15 maybe, and is the guy there on the outside and in the red zone with McConkey, I think we're set pretty nicely. We need Bowers and McCaffrey to stay healthy though.
I feel like we still gotta dig deep at running back.
There's guys, bro.
There's keep looking as deep as I can go, man.
Malik Davis.
Malik Davis is interesting.
Not the most uninteresting pick there. Taj Brooks.
Dude, I got one. Sione Vaki.
Yeah, you mentioned him last week. I don't know.
Going in around 30. It's settled.
Yeah, that's news to me. But Pacheco's banged up. What's his deal, bro? I actually can't say I'm
Dude,
up on him.
hyper efficient. He was a safety / running back at the University of Utah. Awesome defender, but they drafted him in the 4th round, I want to say, to be a running back. That was a
Really?
couple years ago.
Okay.
But the per touch efficiency is absolutely insane on the limited sample size from Utah. And the real part where he shined was like kind of schemed like receiving touches. Like just actually really, really fun tape to watch, and a guy I've kind of had on my radar for a little while. Nobody knows any names on that Detroit backfield other than Pacheco and Gibbs, and I think I like this guy better than Pacheco. So it's one of those, like, you get him at the very end, and he is their RB3 now, and Pacheco's already dealing with something. Like, crazier things have happened.
Crazier things have happened. Who else is on that depth chart?
Dude, I really don't know. That's what I was trying to say. Like, it's pretty bleak after Pacheco.
They had like
Let's see. Gibbs, Pacheco, Travion Williams, Jabari Small, Raheem Blackshear.
Yeah, but none of those guys are gonna make the team.
Yeah, I think Vaki, again, that 4th round
Vaki
capital makes the team.
Okay.
I think I am going to go Mac here.
Yes, I think so.
I do like what you kind of talked me into it. Some other interesting options.
Stowers, yeah.
Could go with the Falcons kicker. I think we're still good on kicker.
Yeah. I think we can maybe afford to wait one more round. I like the Mac Jones pick. We don't need him.
To your point, there's a couple of these scenarios that we've landed on where it's like if Purdy goes down and Mac Jones comes together, like that's a unique build, right? And similar to our point, kind of taking Bowers and Kelsey as like a double tight end. There's some scenarios where it's definitely a unique build.
Let me tell you, that Kelsey pick is growing on me too. I think that was the right call there.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know how it is, man. Quickly, the board kind of, it's ugly.
Gets away from you for sure. I think we should queue up some kickers, yeah, because we didn't take Boswell, right?
Yeah, we did, but I think we could go for one more. But I think we could maybe wait. I do like. I don't hate the Falcons kicker like we did. I do like this Green Bay idea more and more by the second.
I mean, I can't believe he's still there, bro. Over some of the names. I think if someone does go kicker, they might go Bills, but other than that,
dude, I'm gonna sleep so good at night with 3 kickers and 3 defenses.
A lot better than last week for sure.
Rough.
Also, 2 good quarterbacks. We don't have Aaron Rodgers as our QB2.
Yeah. Chat getting a little quiet. Give us a look at the board. Look at the teams. There goes Smack. There goes Smack. Who are some of your favorite picks on the board? Who are some guys we should be targeting in the final rounds and pick 300? You think you love fantasy football? Then you better be here watching us go into pick 300 of a 30-round fantasy draft. Dude, Blake, is this not testing your ball knower skills to the absolute limit?
I think I still got some tricks up my sleeve. Like that estimate call, I think is pretty savvy. I mean, I will say that I know all of the names on the list still, except for Sione
Vaki. I'm not questioning that, brother. Oh, Sione Vaki might have been the first one. We were like, who?
Yeah, I was.
Dude, Alik Iomanner.
We were trying to get him last week, remember, bro?
Yeah, I do. I remember.
Well, so DK's still there too.
I know. I got DK queued up, but I think I'd have Iomanner over DK.
Yeah, it just depends on if you want to chase the return upside with DK. Maybe he gets some return touchdowns and it coincides with the week where he catches 4 balls. But yeah, I think Io Manor is definitely more talented. I don't know actually. I'm not sure. DK looked pretty good last year.
Dude, what do you think about Eli Stowers?
I would hate that pick, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Just with the
Why?
2 tight ends already, um, I think
Pick 300. Eli Stowers is looking at you like
he
you
just
want to
looks.
punch him in the face.
Well, you've been following the news, right? Like,
Yeah, I
okay,
think he could break out in the second half.
does he? That's what I was. I was hoping he would flash already a little bit in camp, but it's the opposite.
Okay, we're on the clock. I do think Alik Io Manor is the most interesting pick on the board. Zach
Yes,
Besh isn't totally gross.
that's just pretty gross.
Yeah, I know, dude.
I would go Io Manor here or DK or Mooney, dog. Darnell Mooney's interesting.
Kind of out, bro.
Yeah, but he has boom potential. It's pretty late for Darnell Mooney. If Neighbors
Oh, yeah,
isn't fully
he's like
healthy,
70 spots past ADP, but dude, you got Slayton still on the board, right? You got Fields there. Slayton more than Saquon Barkley, brother.
sorry,
Mooney's
say
there
that
on
again.
like they paid Saquon or Darius Slayton more than they paid Darnell or Saquon Barkley, and they paid Darnell Mooney a $2 million contract. I do think there's, all football should be a meritocracy. But I do think that's a rotation on the outside is my point.
Are
And
we really gonna like lean on the Giants' ability to like make smart business decisions though? No, but you're right. You're right. Dude, Caleb Johnson
dude,
probably
I'll tell
doesn't
you
make.
another interesting.
So what about
Oh, sorry.
Heidenreich? It,
Dude, the problem I had with Heidenreich was even in again that Pittsburgh game, they were running like Travis Homer. It is the grossest name you can know, but like
I
he
remember
brings
Travis.
some, he brings something to the special teams, and so I could really see it being a scenario where every week it's Warren, Dowdle, and Homer as their three that suit up, and I think they keep Heidenreich on the practice squad.
Okay.
So again, could you get some injuries? Could things happen? Sure, but dude, we will talk about this one till I'm blue in the face. Rasheen Ali as the true handcuff to Derrick Henry.
You know more. Know more about that than I do. I'm not even like super booked up on Adam Randall, to be honest. So I would let you make that call. I would just mention Kareem Hunt one more time as
Stop it.
as a possibility.
You do understand he is not on their roster.
I thought he was. I thought he played in the preseason game. Did they cut him?
No way, dude.
It
Am I
says that
missing
he's
something?
there. I didn't think he was either, but it says that he is.
You're driving me nuts, bro. Now I gotta look it up.
I can help you out, bro. Let me look it up. Focus on your picks, bro. Let me look it up.
No, but I guess you might be right, dude. I mean, when I Google it, it says Chiefs running.
I'm
This
just
might be the end of the road for Hunt. Blah, blah, blah.
okay. No, he's definitely free agent according to Sleeper.
Yeah.
But is Sleeper right about that?
No, it's right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Khalil Herbert.
Stop it.
I've always been a fan, and
We're queuing him up.
CMC.
Dude. We're queuing up. Look at some of these names. Jarquez Hunter, I still believe. Robert Henry Jr., dude. I've been day one on him.
I could see Robert Henry being a smart pick if he can just beat Katron. But I know you're also kind of high. You liked Katron too out of college, did you not?
Yeah. But we're not talking Katron prices right now, right? He's long gone. So how we doing on kicker? Kicker's starting to go.
Yeah, I think we need one more maybe, but
I feel like it's maybe got to be Arizona, dude.
I'm at the point where I literally have to
No,
like
they're going to be playing catch up so much. They're going to not kick a lot.
Giants maybe, or maybe we just don't need 3 kickers. Like we have.
Yeah, I don't
We
think
have.
we need to make it a priority. Okay, we're on the clock. I'm not going to draft Mims here. I think I am, dude. I'm gonna not listen to you, and I'm gonna go Rasheen Ali here. I think he is the kind of like one of the most handcuffs left on the board that you just don't realize. Randall's not as ready as maybe you think he is, and Justice Hill's not a replacement for him. So this is a flag plant. Rasheen Ali. Deep darts, dude. I mean, we're at pick 320. You got to cut me some slack here for going out and getting a guy. We're trying to fill that running back room out a little more.
Yeah, I think that's the play. We gotta find some value here if we can.
I don't hate Malik Davis next. Like, I think I would have them neck and neck, really.
Mm-hmm.
All those guys I had queued up were really like just to start building that kind of round 30 mentality. Like, I think Maffa goes in that round 30 mentality. If Will Shipley, dude, sneaky.
Yeah, I was gonna say Shipley. They seem to want to like use some packages with him before he got hurt last year.
Dude, remember what I said to you? Is this gross?
I mean, even he looked good. It was sort of just our ability to run the ball in the Falcons in that game. But yeah,
I think
McLaughlin.
I would, if I were to actually plot it out, I would have him probably above like all of those guys.
Yeah, dude, it is a name that I just feel like people aren't even.
There's fatigue, right? I mean, there was at one point we were drafting him like the mid routes a couple years ago, expecting him to really be that kind of like lightning to the thunder of a rushing attack. He's not that. He's a scheme touches guy, but
He
I
bulked
thought we
up.
were, huh?
He bulked up.
Yeah, I mean, and he looked good in preseason. And to your point, I think it's one of those things like, um, I said this to you in text. I'm like, I can see him having his best season and kind of thwarting Dobbins, Coleman, and Harvey a little bit, just being that pain for fantasy managers. And maybe it's not enough to be fantasy relevant per se, but I do think that McLaughlin's not a total zero.
I would definitely consider. Well, there's Jam Miller too.
Yeah, dude, that's a good one. We were talking about, man, I love talking deep, like,
Unless he went.
no.
He
This is
right there.
these guys are. I swear these guys we're reaching for or talking about. Probably most of them don't even get drafted. So,
Shador Sanders still available.
do you think we start? I'm sure Waller's gone,
Yeah.
but I'm just curious what's still on the board at tight end, just in terms of maybe you get one. Like Arroyo is somewhat interesting at a certain point. You know what I mean?
Arroyo, even Darnell Washington, bro.
Stop it.
I mean,
Yeah, you can break a 200-yard run.
yeah, he's not a boom play. What about Oscar Delp?
Delp's somewhat interesting. I agree with that. But again, I would probably, I think I'm ready to go Malik Davis, just
Okay.
in terms of, I think you start looking at who's got some clearly defined kind of like somewhat role. I think he makes the team. He's kind of there, probably RB3, but again, 330 picks in, get an RB3 is good enough. And I am going to queue up some kickers, dude. I think we actually should look at kickers next round if they're not all gone.
We're pretty solid at running. We have 8 running backs now.
Dude, we're landing this plane, if that's what you're asking.
So you'd be looking at Chad Ryland, the Cardinals, who
Legend.
probably would avoid. Who's the Giants kid? Zvada. I don't know Zvada. They have a rookie kicker, I
Dude,
guess.
what about Jason Sanders for the Jets?
Was pushing 30, over 30. Did not kick last year. Year before he was very solid though. I mean, dude, I honestly think they're sneaky outside with the Jets offense compared to their ADP. If they're able to move the ball, Geno's not great. And the problem is that Geno throws so many red zone picks. Um, but I do think they move the ball more than people think, and I do think that they stall out more than they, score touchdowns relative to the rest of the league. So I could get behind the Jets kicker, Jason Sanders.
I think that's the play, dude.
Well, yeah, because even if Sanders goes down, right? Like it's just that team
kicker. Yeah, dude. That's kind of, I think, especially this deep with the kickers, you're not picking based on like, oh, this guy's amazing, right? You're like, okay, even if they have to bring someone off the street, they still could score me 7-8 points, and the other kickers lay donuts, So, yeah, I think having 3 kickers is a solid move in this, where the best one every week just automatically slots in for you. We'll see, though. I mean, we've got a series of picks coming up here, and I could totally see them just all going off the board. We're at that range, right?
For sure. I'd maybe go Panthers kicker.
But that does beg the question: is that Joey Sly?
It's Ryan Fitzgerald right now, I think.
Yeah. Okay. What did he do last year?
He had a couple 15-point games.
Okay, yeah, 24 for 29, 2 for 5 from 50. So he's not really like a long range maven. No. I think I would go. I think I'm with you on that.
What is that? What is that under the Browns kicker? Why does it say? Is that Jake Butt?
Jeff Butt missing. I think these are just fill-ins.
What is Butt? Why does it say Butt?
Why does it say Jeff?
Jeff is somebody's name.
Placeholder 1, 2, 3, 4. Look, all the defenses are gone.
Yeah. Man, what if Trey Benson gets traded, dog? Mid-season.
What kind of scared me off of Benson was this. He hasn't been part of the practices. He said he suffered a setback with the knee injury. He said that this offseason.
So he can't stay healthy.
Knee issues flare up, right? Like I think there's just some of these guys are just a death sentence almost,
Just looking for upside. To your point,
just trying to do my job, dude.
Yeah, dude. Let me talk. Darius Slayton. To your point, still there.
Yeah, it's like if you want to go Mooney, might as well want to go Darius Slayton.
I'd much rather have Mooney, but yeah.
I know.
Even with the ADP, like Mooney's already so late.
No, I get you, but I'm just saying they're both gonna suck, so you might as well go spend less. Like,
I think there's a world where Mooney doesn't suck for the whole season.
Dude, I was the biggest Mooney guy 2 years ago.
And he kind of was okay for you, right? Like I remember that with the Falcons, where he
when he first landed with the Falcons, it was a great season, and the film was good. And what was weird was it was like a shoulder injury last year, and you're like, okay, that shouldn't impact your ability to run routes and get open, right? And it just seemed to absolutely, the separation wasn't the same. It just wasn't. It looked like it was more than a shoulder injury. It's just the best way to put it.
Well, shoulders too for wide receivers can be sort of sneaky underrated because if guys are pressing you and you can't get off the press because your shoulder's banged up, like that's a
you're running a little different.
I don't know his breakdown in terms of slot on the outside. I doubt he's getting pressed in the slot if that's where he was last year. But I bet he was on the outside even.
Yeah, he was flanking a lot. They were playing Kyle Pitts and Drake London in the slot a lot, right? So.
And I do remember, like, Mooney was always that guy. I think it was Trubisky that held Mooney back, like, early in his career.
Oh, yeah.
Mooney was.
There's not a question that at one point he was a really talented, like, route runner, and there's a lot of potential there. I just, yeah, man. These guys, you just realize in 5 years, like, you will hardly remember his name. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how fast time flies. All right, I'm going to go Panthers kicker here. I like it. I think Fitzgerald was an FFCU guy. I'm gonna just triple check this, but I think he got some draft capital, right? Like there's some things to like about Ryan Fitzgerald. And we're having fun when we're talking about Ryan Fitzgerald on a fantasy draft.
Our third kicker.
When undrafted, never mind. I'm pretty sure he was a stud in college at Florida State. Talk to me. Where's your head at? We got a three quarterbacks, 8 running backs, 10 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, 3 kickers, 3 defenses. Where's your head at?
Maybe even just take a really wild swing on the tight end here.
Dude, I don't think that much wild swings left. I think to your point, it's Oscar Delp and maybe even Max Clare, barring like an injury. Or, dude, remember Ertz? We were having a little discussion about Ertz.
Yeah, I mean, Jaden loves throwing to Ertz. But yeah,
well, he's on that roster, right? He's a free agent. So that's kind of the interesting part. But
no, I would go Delp here, or reach on one of the, or try a McLaughlin or something. Jam Miller.
Let's get these kickers off the board.
Can we get Raheem Sanders off the board?
Really?
Yeah. Man, he was supposed to be a first round dynasty pick.
That's my point. Why are we fading Raheem? Why are we fading the Rocket?
Cleveland offense, bro.
Dude, let's go Robert Henry.
Yeah, I just feel like Delp's gonna make the team for sure. Well, Robert Henry probably makes the team. I just feel like Delp is.
All right, we're going Delp. You don't gotta convince me.
Yeah,
the reason you don't have to convince me. Oh, it's our last pick.
I love it.
Wow, that's wild, man. Okay, I don't think I'm going Delp then, dude.
Why?
Because now it's like that final swing, like for the fences, bro.
I think Delp is a pretty decent swing here comparatively.
I know, but do we need him with Kelsey and Bowers?
Bowers gets down, absolutely. But it's your call, so. I just don't.
Herbert's low key interesting. There's a bunch of interesting running backs here, dude. I'm buying the hype. I'm going Robert Henry Jr. I think there's just a chance that undrafted guys can hit. Henry is a good pick. Hey, hell yeah! Thank you, Wayne Ellis.
Yeah, I'm glad we got that.
Look at him, just checked in here, guys. He unfortunately ran into a draft that didn't run on D, and kicker after the last one really did. He said, even when you thought you did right, you got crushed. All is the best tight end left on the board.
I can see that.
I don't even agree. Look at him, he's right though. Giants and Browns, like the kickers are still not even all gone, bro. Michael Fay, you have to admit this is a better, objectively better than the first time. At least give us that, dude. Or get in one of these drafts and then mog me with your build after. Thanks for podcasting this, guys. Of course, we guys hope you enjoyed. The draft is wrapping up. We saw some Matt Hibner go. Hibby is interesting.
Damn, yeah, actually.
That is interesting.
Yeah, fuck. That would have been a nice pick. I didn't even see him, though.
I didn't even see you. I didn't even...
The thing is I have Hibner on, like, 3 dynasty teams.
Dude, I see the vision with Robert Henry is, like, he doesn't make the Commanders, and he gets, like, signed mid-season and slots in for some team that has an injury. Like... I just see there being a world and a place where this guy gets a little burn, especially if he continues to put together the film like he did in that first preseason game. So Robert Henry, I think there's guys like him where they get in these 20-round best ball drafts. They're the last pick that goes because there's just that kind of enigma, right? So I think to get him at the end of a 30-round draft is really interesting. Had a lot of fun drafting with you, Blake. We'll run through the board one more time. We've got CMC, Bowers, McConkey, Jacobs, Odunze, Harrison, Hertz, Purdy, KC, Dobbins, Jones, Kelsey, Rams defense, Trey Tucker, Eagles, Texans, Juwan Jennings, Tank Dell, Vidal, Bernard, Ollie Gordon, Titans D, Zachariah Branch, Steelers, kicker, Jones, Mac Jones at quarterback, Io Manor, Rasheen Ali, Malik Davis, Carolina Panthers, and Robert Henry Jr. I think the one pick I maybe second guess a little bit is taking Odunze after Washington or before Washington, and even DJ Moore, just in hindsight.
No, Washington Parker went one pick before Odunze.
Oh, you're right. Okay, those guys weren't even options. Okay, I feel
That's right.
now.
Remember, we had those three guys, and Odunze was the one that fell. So can't hate it.
Well, guys, thank you. Let's see what this gets. Definitely, only thing I'd say is don't shoot for the gigantic swings. Get those guys that get points and probably hit the lineup if they get one TD. Yeah, 100% agree with that. Chase those touchdowns. I think that's where I would have loved to have maybe sprinkle in that Wan'Dale Robinson I was kind of talking about. Just kind of those floor guys. Like sometimes they hit the lineup more than you think. So, well, thanks for watching, guys. Get to any comments in the chat, and we'll keep an eye on those. And good luck winning your fantasy leagues.